Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are just going to wait for some people to join. I do have, let me timestamp this because I do have clarity on what the Sag reading from yesterday was. So I'm going to timestamp that for my Sages. So for the Sagittariuses, one of the messages was that you were supposed to be sadness about peace, right? And I realized what that was. It was about regretting something that you did not notice before, or a regret on not speaking up on something, or a regret on not paying attention to something, all right, or not being able to observe what you're receiving. So I wanted to throw that out there. That made sense for me later on. So I just wanted to clarify that. I will timestamp it for people who watch the playback. All right, so we see some signs being dropped in the chat. As you guys join, make sure that you are dropping your signs. Let me open this one up so I can see what's going on over here really quick. Okay. All right, so we got Leo, Sag, Cancer, Aquarius. Let's see what the transits are looking like today, if there's anything crazy going on. I don't know. I didn't look yet. Let's see. Okay, that moon moves fast. It's already in Aquarius. All right, so the moon is in Aquarius. It is like approaching where Pluto is in Aquarius. So that's probably going to be significant for the fixed signs. And the fixed signs are Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Let's see, the moon is challenging. It's squaring Chiron and Taurus. So the moon being in Aquarius, what I would kind of equate that to, because Aquarius is large groups of people. People may have like a lot of people around them in the home today, maybe like family, or like you're out in your neighborhood. This would be something like close knit if we're talking about moon Aquarius energy. You may be challenged to kind of give people advice around you in a close proximity that you need to take for yourself, and that is trine Sun in Virgo. So I'm getting like an energy about health advice. All right, so I'm definitely getting an energy about giving health advice. Whatever advice you would give somebody considering your health or work ethic, take that advice to your for yourself. It looks like you may give that advice to somebody that's in your neighborhood, like somebody close to you, the family, things like that. All right, that's just a real quick general thing. Hey y'all, good morning. I'm going to put Virgo. Happy birthday to the Virgos out there. You got the Sun and Mercury are both in Virgo. All right, people are probably paying a lot of attention to detail as well. And that is squaring Uranus in Gemini. All right, so there may be, I would recommend paying a lot of attention to detail because there can be unexpected communication or unexpected shifts in how something is perceived or understood. All right. Okay, so that's all I got to say there. We got Leo, Sag, Cancer, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo. Keep dropping your signs in the chat. We're going to go in order, first come, first serve. If y'all want to drop any extras, feel free to do that. Yeah. That's pretty much it for now. I don't have too much to let y'all in on. All right, yep, we got Taurus. We got Taurus. Make sure y'all like the lives for me. All right, y'all know we can get started. People will join later and drop their signs. All right, so let's see. Okay. All right, Leos. Let's get started with y'all. Hope y'all had a good birthday season. All right, Leos. Oh, that was a lot. All right, let's see. That was a lot of cards. We're not going to keep it. We're doing Leo now, Nicole, just to let you know. Okay, lust is falling out. I think I pulled that in a couple of readings ago for you guys, but we're going to keep shuffling. Damn. These cards are slippery. Oh, y'all. That's all right. That's how you know the quality there. Glad you had a good birthday. All right, Leos. What energy should my Leos be in for themselves today? Let's see. Okay, self-care. All right, so When I get this card, this means make sure that you feel good as opposed to worrying about whether or not somebody else feels good, okay? This is about making sure your emotions are steadily, you know, steady. You're controlling your emotions. You feel comfortable. All right, make sure that you feel comfortable before someone else does. What else can you do out of self-care here, Leos? Okay, you've got arrogant, all right? So you may feel like you are above doing something, okay? That's what y'all rule. So that's Leo's energy. That is what y'all rule. We've been talking, I did mention how like different signs can get away with doing different things, okay? A Leo can do that. That's what they rule. You may not be able to do that if you're I don't know, whatever other sign. All right, but what are you supposed to feel like you are too good to deal with? Let's see. Okay, relocate. This could literally be relocating, like getting up and going somewhere. You're like, yeah, I don't feel like going there today. I need to stay home. But I feel like this can also be, when I say relocate, this is changing your mind and your actions. All right, so there could be a combination of the two. What else does this situation involve here? What's the overall situation? Okay, yeah, status quo. All right. So I feel like if somebody wants you to do something that everybody else is doing, what's your current status real quick? And then we'll see what somebody wants you to switch up and do. Okay, you've got take action. What does somebody want you to, I guess, switch over to? Laughter. Okay, so I feel like first of all, you take something seriously, so you're going to pay attention to it. Maybe somebody wants you to just take it lightly, calm down. You know what's interesting too, when you get self-care, people sometimes look at that as like, okay, that's a day where I can sit around and watch movies or whatever. But sometimes self-care means you're doing something that's not automatically making you laugh or making you happy. I would say it's something that just it is going to result in a positive outcome for yourself to make sure that you're doing well. So there's something that you may be taking action on, like a career move, or, you know, you making sure something works out in your best favor with taking action. Maybe everybody's telling you to do this, like, oh, just, so what's supposed to be laughter? What's supposed to be funny? Let's see. Hi, these are general, y'all. These are general by zodiac sign. Let's see. Okay, money inflow. Okay, so I'm getting like once, typically in your situation, I'm assuming that once people receive money, maybe they take a day off, or, you know, they stop working. I feel like you're still taking action. This money is not enough, or you have other goals that you want to focus on. Yeah. I feel like there's other goals that you want to focus on here. All right, what other actions are you currently taking, Leos? So it's like, yeah, I received money for that, but I still want to keep working. Okay, you've got perspective, you have Aries energy, and then worried. So maybe people are trying to say, like, why are you worried? You have enough money, or why are you worried about that? But you're like, well, maybe you want to plan for your future. There may be a scenario where you witness somebody go through this. Maybe it was an Aries, or you watch them be worried, or something like that. You're like, I'm not going to go through that. I witnessed it already. I want to make sure that I have everything set up for later. So you're still, you know, you're still making moves. All right, let's get 8 cards. I'm also getting, you know, money isn't the only thing that makes people happy. There's other things too that you'll want to work on or want to do. All right, so you have the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like this is like movement forward for you. Something's also happening right on schedule, right on time. You could have a Cancer involved. All right, you got the Death card and then the World. You got a lot of major arcana. So first of all, something was a repetitive cycle and it looks like it transforms, but that's fully over now. All right, so you have Cancer, Sagittarius, and Scorpio energy here. You got the Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. There's the Justice, okay, and then the 6 of Wands. All right. I feel like, too, if there's anything legal here, I just got to throw that out there, like with the justice system. Maybe you're like, well, I have to go to court to make sure this works, or I have to go to court to make sure I get the rest of my money or the rest of what I'm due. But I'm also getting to, you're putting time and energy into something that you know is going to be successful in the end. Because there's a scenario where something else has already ended back here, and we'll clarify what this is. Maybe I don't know, maybe you ended a situation dealing with a Cancer, Sag, Scorpio element. All right, so we're going to clarify these. So what is the Chariot here? Disrespect, okay. What's the Wheel of Fortune? So I feel like there's a timing here. We're going to clarify what they're doing. All right, so flaunt, and then you got the Death card. Okay, so somebody's like, I'm going to show this off. Yeah, time. So I feel like for you, you're like, yeah, time is running out, or like eventually I'll have to spend that money. It's like typically everybody else is just happy whenever they receive this opportunity, but you're like, okay, yeah, but I have bills to pay, or like, you know, eventually I'll have to pay for something, or eventually I'll get older. All right, what else is coming to an end here with the World card? So it's the end of a cycle. You have a new one. All right, there's secret. So Scorpio does rule secret. Literally a secret is over. Not sure what that will have to do with this, but okay, so what was the secret? So a secret's going to come out today. Okay, you got professionalism and liar. So somebody is, okay, so the secret is out about somebody lying about like a job here. Somebody looks, okay, well, I don't know what this has to do with this, but something looks better than what it is, or somebody appears to be a professional and they're not. That lie is over. That's not going to work anymore. So what was this person lying about? The reason I feel like this comes out is because the person who's breaking the rules, they were able to do something on their own time or on their own schedule, and it worked out for them. And so if somebody was like, something appears to be professional and that's just not the truth. What is the lie here? What the hell? That took a turn. We'll see. Let's see. What's the lie here? Yeah, solution. What? Who is this? Maybe somebody's telling you, maybe the lie is that money is the solution, because you're like, no, I don't want to just be happy with just the money. I still want to, like, taking action can be, maybe you want to generate income in your own way, or maybe you're like, okay, great, I have the money. Now I want to build this, or I want to invest in this, or okay, great, I'm able to pay for this. Let me go to the gym. Working out will make me happy. Or like there's a million things that can cheer somebody up. But I feel like in your case, somebody thinks like just take the money. Or I feel like too, somebody may have maybe the solution. Somebody could be lying and saying like, yeah, this is going to make you a lot of money. This is going to generate income. The secret is out about that. Somebody's not a real professional. What is that? I don't know. It's like somebody lied about being a doctor, or lying about what the fuck. All right. I don't know. Okay. What's the new cycle for you, Leos? That's interesting. Let's see. All right. So you got Taurus energy, danger, and detached. Okay. Let's see. We don't want. Okay. So let's see what the danger part is. First of all, the secret is out. So we know that already, though. Or if it hasn't happened already, the secret is about to come out. What are we not supposed to do here with danger? We're not supposed to restrain ourselves from what? Or we're not supposed to hold back from what? Okay, bravery. All right. Interesting. What else do you have the bravery to do? We know it's about fitting in, because that was the overall scenario with status quo. Okay, bravery to fantasize. All right. So this can also be, when we're talking about professionalism and liar, this could be like a type of job where people are like, yeah, that makes a lot of money. You know, that's a stable income. But I feel like that's still not the solution. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people that are going through that with certain degrees. Like, you pay all this money for this fancy degree. You pay all this money to go to a school, and then you get a job that can't even pay off the student loan, and, you know, stuff like that. That happens to a lot of people. So that could be something that we're talking about. But yeah, the bravery to fantasize. And when I say fantasize, y'all know I've given the example a million times, but it's about thinking outside the box with your goals. All right. Now I'm talking about reasonable goals, guys. I'm not talking about anything crazy. Y'all are grown. We're all adults. So you know how to clearly, you know, I know everybody may not be there all the time. Everybody has a little crazy moment every now and then, but I'm talking about something logical. When I talk about a logical fantasy, it's like, okay, a type of business that you would like to run. Maybe a type of, maybe there's a different industry that you would like to work in, even if you don't want to have your own business. You know, maybe your whole entire family did the same thing. And you're like, well, no, I would rather go do this. So that's what I mean by fantasizing. Okay, so the secret's about to be out about that, whatever that is. All right, Leos, that's your reading. Could be dealing with an actual Scorpio being involved. They rule secrets. All right, Sagittarius is next. Sag is next. All right, y'all. So I'm not reading all the comments all day. So I'm not ignoring anybody. Let me check and make sure I didn't miss any signs. I see somebody's a Gemini here. Let me put Gemini on the list. All right. Thank you, Tara, for letting me know it's resonating. Okay, we see a Pisces. If you guys are new, you said the live is cutting in and out. Is it still cutting in and out for y'all? Anybody else? Let me know. Anybody else? Y'all good? All right. Let me know if it's cutting in and out. If you're new here, guys, when it's general, we are going in order of whoever drops their signs in the chat. Thank you, Truth Teller. I appreciate you. It's fine on YouTube. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Might be you, AEJ Bo. All right. So let's see. We got Leo, and now we're going to do Sag, Cancer, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio. All right, we got Virgo, Leo. So I just did Leo. That was the first one. We got Virgo on the list, and I'll add Libra for you. Each reading, guys, is about 10 to 15 minutes. So just to let you know, it may take a while. If you're on any of my other platforms, it will be up on YouTube, and it will be time-stamped. All right, so keep that in mind. It will be up there if you need to find it. All right, my Sagittarius. Also, Sag, I did clarify the yesterday reading when we had, when it had sadness and peace. Really quick, the way that we do, what does it say? Mama of boys. The way we do personal questions, you can do the $5 questions. So you can either do Super Chat, PayPal, or Cash App. All right, so that's how you can do the personal questions. And we do personal questions in between the zodiac signs, okay? If you guys do send for a question, please come right back in the chat and tell me what the question is. Or on PayPal, you are able to write the question. On Super Chat, you're able to write the question. Cash App, it may not fit. All right. If you don't send it, within time, I will refund you. And then, yeah. But that only applies to when we are on live. Otherwise, you can do the actual readings. All right. So for Sagittarius, the reading yesterday did make a little more sense to me when it said sadness and peace. What that meant was also a regret or regretting missing something or regretting not paying attention to something. All right, so I wanted to throw it out there real quick for the Sagittarius. That was just another way to look at that. Okay, woo. All right. Thank you, AEJ Bo. I appreciate that. All right, Sagittarius. So let's see. Also, guys, honestly, even if y'all do not read tarot, these cards are tripping me out. I'm not going to lie to you. These, the oracle cards, if you do not read tarot, they are super duper accurate. So you might want to check these out. They're very easy. They just have the word right on the bottom. It ain't nothing you got to think about or anything like that. All right, Sagittarius, let's see. So what energy should my Sagittarius be in? Let's see. What energy should my Sagittarius be in here? Okay, irony. Okay, so see the irony in a situation. Something's going to be ironic. All right, now when I say being in that energy, you're going to see the irony anyway. So I don't think there's anything that you need to do. But you are going to see the irony regardless. Okay. So what is the situation here overall? What's the situation? Okay, time. Okay, so y'all know that in a traditional tarot, the Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarius. Okay, so the situation is about time. You guys rule like timing or like being right on time. That is a Sagittarius thing that I've heard before. Oh, there's Sag again. Okay, all right. We're going to see what this reading means. Y'all know Sagittarius got to be extra coded, so we'll figure it out. So we'll just try to focus it on you as best as we can with time. So what, okay, first of all, what should you focus your time on, or what should you spend your time doing? Or maybe something's out of your hands when it comes to time, but what should you focus your time on? Or let's see. Okay, you've got money inflow. All right, so anything that can generate income for you, that is what you need to focus on right now. Because I feel like this might be out of your hands. There may be a timing thing with when you receive money or something like that. Okay, so I'll give you an example. There was something that I saw, like, I know y'all may not know this, but I used to act and stuff. Like, I used to do stage plays. And I saw this opportunity to do one. Okay, I got you, AEJ-Bo. We're going to do you after Sagittarius. Let me write that right now so I don't forget. I'm going to put it on the thing. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I used to do stage plays. There was an opportunity to do acting this weekend, but it was free. And I was like, well, no shade, but I want to focus on everything that can generate income for me, like continuing with my ideas, building up my website, you know, doing my YouTube, things like that. So I was like, I'm not really going to do that right now. I could do something like that later. So that could be what you're focusing your time on. But so what's ironic about this then? Because irony can be something that's kind of also unexpected. Like it's something that typically does not occur. So what are you, what's the typical? And then we'll see what's ironic. Okay, we've got liar. That came out in a Leo reading. And then so what's ironic or what's actually going to occur here? Okay, lust. Okay. So there's two people or there's two energies. I'm assuming normally a liar receives something or a liar gets paid to do something. Because that came out in the Leo reading that the secret was over. Somebody was lying about something actually being a solution. And then you have lust. So I feel like the deal is that something is actually more attractive or what? Okay. We're going to have to see what this is. Okay, we see Sag, observing, have faith, and Cancer. We're going to see, let's get to tarot. Sagittarius always makes sense tomorrow, okay? The Sagittarius, they know to bear with me because I don't know why. It's like ours are always super coded. All right, let's see. Let's get 8 cards. So liar and lust. And Sagittarius, y'all know that y'all, oh shoot. Y'all know that y'all represent honesty anyway. You represent the truth. All right, that doesn't mean that Sagittarius are always telling the truth, but let's see. Let's see. So let's get a card. So see the irony. You're focusing your time on generating income for yourself. Normally, okay, there's a judgment. The Knight of Cups, okay, 3 of Wands. You are literally seeing that somebody is trying to coerce you into waiting time. Okay. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, new perspective. The 5 of Pentacles, a strength card. The Page of Pentacles, the Leo. Okay. You see somebody trying to make you wait. Okay, yeah. What is somebody trying to get you to wait for here? I feel like if somebody gets you to wait, they feel like both of you are in the same boat. It's like, okay, yeah, like if I can get her to wait, if I can get Sag to wait on this, we're both in the same boat. Or again, like I said, you're focusing your time on generating income. So that's what you're focusing on. Let's see what else. Instead of being in the Five of Pentacles energy, Five of Pentacles would be like not receiving something. So what is somebody trying to get you to wait for here? Yeah, the Magician. Okay, it looks like somebody wants to manipulate something. So there's a King of Pentacles and then there's you, the Temperance. Let's clarify this. Somebody may be trying to make you wait to save money on their own behalf or something like that. What is the Magician trying to do? I'm assuming that's the Liar, because the Magician can be manipulation, but it's not working, I'm assuming. Let's see. What is the Magician trying to do here? Take action. This is weird. This is so good. Okay, what do you see in the Judgment? What do you realize in the Judgment? Because I feel like that's the ironic part. You're going to see it occur. Okay, so you see that something is missing. You're going to look, I literally said that this, okay, here we go. So that's why I said yesterday that Sag needs to remember a time they did not notice something. You're going to look over something. You're going to realize you missed it. And you're going to add something to it. That works in your favor. That's one way I will see it. Like, oh, shit, I didn't do this. Let me go ahead and do this, that, and the 30. You're going to fix it, and it's going to work in your favor. What else do you notice is missing? So somebody's trying to get you to rush, but all the information is not there. What else do you notice is missing here? It looks like some evidence or something. You got it's out of your hands and authorities' perspective. This is odd. Okay. So you need to make sure that somebody can view something in a certain manner. This is so weird. I don't know. All right, let's see. What do you want to do with your time, Sagittarius is? So we know you're focusing on generating income or focusing on your career. I don't know if that has to deal with a relationship or not. You got the Moon, the Four of Wands. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles again. You're like, okay, I would rather spend time doing this. It has something to do with a secret. What does that have to do with you? Yeah, here's the Liar. That's what okay, so let's focus on the Liar because that's typically what occurs. And that's not working. And it's not working because of time. I don't know if you're quicker than somebody. I don't know if they're moving too slow or like they tried to get you to wait and you didn't wait. That's a weird reading. All right, what's the Liar trying to do here? Yeah, envy. Okay. Now, if you're coming out as lust, if you're doing something that's attractive or you make something look attractive, that could be where the envy is. But what are they envious of? Or they could be trying to be disrespectful. Danger. And triggered. This is the thing. You know somebody's a liar. That's what this is about. I don't know what this has to do for everybody else. We're going to see what effect time had on this because it's like time plays a factor in this. Somebody is upset at the fact that they know they're dangerous. They know they're a liar. They know they're manipulative and you had the nerve to get mad about it. Or I don't know if somebody put you in danger. I know what this is for me personally, but I'm waiting to talk about it. So I'll tell y'all how it goes later. But I don't know. It's like, you know, somebody's a liar. You know, somebody's dangerous or you know not to trust something. And so you have a right to get upset or it's like, damn, you put my life in danger or damn, Like the lie is like a serious, it's a serious thing. It's not that you shouldn't be doing that, or what does time show us? It's almost like over time this is revealed. What does time show us here? Okay, we got Cancer in solution. So maybe a Cancer helps you with this. Let me see. Oh, those cards might be, but they're in the wrong deck. Let's see. That Cancer card was in the wrong deck. What else does time show us here? We have, okay, ignore. Yeah, smooth sailing, restraint, and observe. Something's easy. Something is going easily. Let's see what the Tower is. What does the liar expect to occur here? They're like mad that you don't trust them because they're a liar. Okay, they expect something to be unexpected. This is weird. This is like you, okay, how do I explain this? The Magician, whenever I get the Magician and the Seven of Swords in the same reading, I'm going to break this down, all right? So if y'all ever do your own readings or anything like that, whenever you get the Magician right, the manipulation works. If you're getting the Seven of Swords, that means it's not going to work, all right? So the Seven of Swords, that means you're not going to get away with it. You're a liar. So in this scenario, somebody is expecting the fact that they are a liar to be unexpected. They're not expecting you to be prepared for the lie or something like that. It's like they're just supposed to walk around lying or being dangerous or whatever. Somebody's like, how dare you get mad that I'm dangerous? Like it's like, what do you mean? I can tell you're a liar. Like, is this, even if you broke it down to like the most basic part, when people lie, especially depending on what they lie about, you can't trust them to with your safety technically with certain things. It depends on what somebody's lying about. But it's like in certain cases, like, okay, if you're willing to lie about this, what else you gonna lie about? Or like, but it's like you're prepared or something. So what's actually going to occur? Because they expect something to be unexpected. Yeah, fantasize. Maybe you sat and thought about it. Maybe you thought about all the outcomes. You have Aquarius community here. So maybe you could have also consulted other people. Aquarius energy also, they prepare for every outcome. That's what Aquarius rules. They're the last air sign. So they think of every possible outcome. So there, maybe you got advice from an Aquarius, or you thought you could have thought like this. Typically, Sagittarius will naturally have Aquarius in the third house if you don't know your rising sign. Even if you're a Sag rising, you'll have Aquarius in the third house. But, okay. All right, what's the out? We're going to see what the outcome is for you guys. I hope that was clear. I know that was like all over the place, but let's see what's the outcome for the Sagittarius is. And I'm going to do a personal question, y'all. So I didn't forget about your personal question. Yeah, see, manipulation and the bright side and rules. You're going to be the person to put the rules in place. I already know that from something else that I did earlier. You're going to see the bright side of rules and regulations or something like that. This is an odd reading. What is the outcome for you here? That's odd. The Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, Nine of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Swords. All right, there could be something dealing with a Virgo. Yeah, there you go. The High Priestess, Eight of Pentacles in the World. You know to work something or work on something. So like we said, you're going to spend your time generating your income. All right, so you know to work on something until it's complete. This is what your intuition is telling you to work on or build up. But yeah, it's the center of your reading is like a liar is going to be triggered or mad at the fact that you don't trust them. That's your reading. I don't know what that has to do with Sorry, y'all. This is literally what the reading was about. Hold on. Give me like 5 minutes. My bad, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I'm almost done. I'm coming back.
Instagram.
Sorry, y'all. Thank you for the compliments. I'm coming back. Don't leave it. I'm going to do the question. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I got y'all. Thank you. Sorry, y'all. Please wait for me. I'm going to do y'all questions. Don't leave. That's why I didn't want to end the chat, because I saw people sending questions. I'm coming back, y'all. It's taking longer than I thought, but I had to answer this. I'm going to explain why, too, because it actually goes with the Sag reading. So I'm going to explain it to y'all. I know it was for an accident that I was in. That's why. So I had to get my accident claim. Hold on, y'all. I'm typing to save your spot for your questions. Hey, so Mama of Boys, real quick, for some reason I only see your second question. I hope you're still here. I know I'm taking a while. But for some reason I only see your second question. If you it might have words that I have like bleeped out. So you can email it to me, but I got your second question. Yes, hello. Okay, I got you. I got your second question. I hope I'm almost done, y'all. Thank y'all so much for waiting. This is gonna be a long video because we got a lot of signs to go. Yes, AEJ please stay there. Don't leave. I got y'all. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all so much for your patience. We're ready. I know the TikTok people is gone because this was the phone I was on for TikTok. Let's see. I know. Yeah, they cut me off. Okay. We got to go back. All right. So give me 1 second. We're going to get it set up. Okay. And I'm going to explain. I don't know if the Sagittarius are still here, but we will explain the irony in our reading. I told y'all, Sagittarius always makes sense to me after the fact. Okay. So, all right, so here we go. So, AE job. I'm going to timestamp personal questions as well, guys, too. I do that so people can come back and read them, or like, you know, if you miss something or something like that. So I'm just going to timestamp it for you. Okay, so AE asks guidance on strong clairvoyant abilities, the struggle to embrace or ignore them. Okay, so right off the bat, I would always tell people to embrace any clairvoyant gifts that you have. Please use them. You can literally use it for every aspect of life, okay? Literally every aspect of life. And I will actually explain to you why I say that, but I will pull cards for your energy as well. And I say that because literally what just occurred on that phone call was evident of a reading that I did a few days ago. And I'll explain to you guys what I mean by that. But let's see. So what energy should you be in to tap into your intuition or your clairvoyant abilities more? Let's see. Okay, so you have helpful. So you may want to use it to help other people. Now in this case, I feel like the tricky part with that is, you know, you don't want to give unsolicited advice. But when people do come to you and ask you, definitely help them out. Of course, if it's something clairvoyant where you want to warn somebody of it, you know, you want to let somebody know, like, hey, I don't think that's a good idea, or like, hey, you know, I had a dream about blah, 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 blah. Like, you definitely want to speak up on the things that you see. You definitely want to use your gift. You can use clairvoyance in many ways. Shoot, you could make your own tarot channel. You could make your own tarot decks, or, you know, I mean, there's a lot of ways you could use it. Even if you don't want to go down that route, maybe you would like to do therapy and help people. It could be like a clairvoyance where you read people or anything like that. Let's see what other energy is surrounding your clairvoyant abilities. Let's see what other energy is surrounding that. That's interesting. You have lust. I'm trying to figure out how to, oh, okay, you got disrespect and status quo irony. Okay, so this is the thing. I don't know what you look like or your appearance. That may have something to do with it. It may have to do with like your attractiveness, or maybe with lust too, if it's not something like that, like something superficial, lust is our desires. It's things that we're allured to, things that we enjoy looking at, touching, doing. So I feel like it's like what you desire to do using your clairvoyant abilities goes against what other people may believe in, okay? They may not have as much respect for you depending on how you appear to be or how you appear to the public in comparison to them. But that's the ironic part, is that people may not listen to you even though you would be helpful with your gift. All right, so let's see, why else is there disrespect level here? I feel like it's your attractiveness. I don't know how you present yourself or how you look to the world, but like, to even give you an example for me, while I'm doing these readings, men are constantly disrespecting me. And it's just because they find me attractive. Like not every man, but they do. And it can be women too. It can be women. Maybe you want to help them. Like say you're at your job and you're dressed very nice. There may be other women that go again. I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but because I don't know your name, but when I get lust, I kind of look at it that way. All right, what other energy can you be in to be helpful with your gift? And if you don't want to help other people, I would first, of course, tap into using it to help yourself. All right, like, I don't know what you do as far as divination or anything, but if you're already clairvoyant, you may not even need to use a lot of cards. But if you want to practice with that, you could pull a card every day and like see how that comes forward for you. And that can help you with certain decisions and choices throughout your day. All right. And again, like I said, you can use clairvoyant abilities for literally anything. All right. So let's see. What other energy can you be in the helpful energy with your abilities? Okay, so there's time, literally planning ahead because you're clairvoyant. You can help people with that ahead of time. All right, you got fantasize and then compassion. So I feel like that's what you want to do. You want to help people. You may want to help people save time with certain solutions that they need. Like literally clairvoyance is when you can see something beforehand. So you're saving somebody time by them not going through something that they wouldn't otherwise have to deal with if they knew better or if they trusted their own intuition. All right, so definitely I always encourage people to tap into their own gifts. So definitely do that. All right, and thank you for supporting. I appreciate you. All right, so that was the personal question for AE job. I am time stamping that. So if they left or they have to come back, it's going to be time stamped. Okay, let's see. Okay, you said to see death predictions as well, and it's super accurate, has come to pass, and very heavy to deal with. I understand that. That's never, like, people never want to hear about things in that nature. But if you're say you're having the type of clairvoyant idea or clairvoyant vision that is preventable, right? Like say, how they like joke about, oh, my mom had a dream about something happening at a party, so I can't go to the party. So if that's how your ability is and it's something that you can prevent somebody from getting harmed or hurt, I definitely would do that. I would definitely use it. It just depends on, people may take that kind of hard depending on who you're having a vision about. People may not always want to know certain things, but I feel like I would not stifle that within yourself. I would definitely try your best to share it. If it's somebody close with you and they're open to listening to you, I would do that. I feel like too, you did have the ironic part with disrespect. So people may not want to listen to your gift. Yeah, see, if you don't tell anybody, it just depends on how comfortable you feel with helping somebody. Like for me, I can't speak for everybody, but say I had a vision or I could see that my sister was in danger. I don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm going to tell her. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on who the person is, how comfortable you feel with sharing that gift. But do not feel bad about it. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel like you need to cut it off or stifle it. Definitely keep it, use it. It just depends on how you can use it. But you did pull compassion. So, of course, you sharing that gift or helping somebody like, hey, you may want to avoid doing this, that, and the third. It could, create this issue, create that issue. You do want to make sure that you know, you reach out and you assist people as you should. All right, or as you can. I wouldn't say as you should. You're not obligated to do anything with it, but, you know, I definitely would not shut it off or stifle it. All right. Okay, and don't feel bad about it. All right, clairvoyance is very useful. Yeah, I'm going to tell you now, like, people, because if somebody's not listening to you, it's nothing, you can't really force them to do it. To be quite frank, people pay me for readings and they don't listen to me. So it's like, you can't, it's hard. You can't force anybody, but at least for yourself, you use your gift in the most positive way that you could by trying to help somebody. And that's really all you can do. We can't force anybody to do anything. So you should not take guilt on for that part of it. As far as somebody not listening to you, that's their own free will. But you know, you also don't want to harbor the guilt and damn, I knew I could have warned them and I didn't. So you don't want it to be that type of feeling either. So you could look at it like, well, at least, you know, I knew it would happen. I tapped into my gift. I tried to help them. I tried to give them the information. And you just have to know that everybody still has their own decisions on their own path. And you know, it just depend on what the scenario is. That could be a sort of spiritual awakening for those people and the people around them. It's like, damn, like, okay, clairvoyance is real then. Okay, like, you know, you never know. And you never know how you may impact somebody by at least warning them. Of course, use your own discretion. Something I would recommend with that, like if you do your own tarot, you can even pull cards just to see like if you should say something, like just to give yourself that comfort. But yeah, definitely don't stifle it. Definitely do not hold back on it. And, you know, definitely be grateful for it because it's still going to be something that works for you. You can even look at it like, okay, I see something dangerous occurring. I'm letting you know. All right, you don't want to listen. Well, I'm not going to go out with you tonight. It is what, you know, use it to your own advantage because you can't really force people to listen to you. So just remember that part about it too. If you guys are joining, I'm answering a personal question. So just to clarify that, somebody did a personal question. All right. I don't know why. You know, Kick and Twitch has a lot of weird people on it. They're a little weirder than the other platforms. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to have 2 questions to do for Michelle. All right, Michelle, I'm going to timestamp this. So let's see. Okay, so for the first question for Michelle, she's asking, what does Alex currently feel while we are on and off? So I'll get his feelings toward you. Sages, I hope the Sages are still here because I already know what their reading is about. And I'm going to clarify it for y'all. But anywho. Okay, so how does Alex feel towards Michelle? What's his current feelings? We were using the Oracle deck for this. Okay, so we have worried. We'll see what he's worried about or anxious. Okay, what might he be worried about? Let's see. What is he worried about? Okay, we've got be different. So there could be some, I don't know if he feels like dating you, like you're different than typical people, or if you stand out. I feel like he's worried about being around you or being seen with you because something about you is different than other people. We'll see what that is. So what do you do differently? Oh, relocate. You leave, don't you? Because you said it's on and off. So do you leave him? People may normally, I feel like women that he dates typically don't leave him. That's kind of what I'm getting. Well, let's see what else. What do women normally do in their relationships with him, or what is he typically used to? Let's see. Yeah, lust. So I feel like typically women may stay for the sex, or like sex kind of works on them. I feel like too, on a superficial level, that may be like kind of the basis of what they show, or what they represent, or what they have. You may have like something different to you. Let's see with relocate. What's the, because it's like you have more to yourself than just something sexual. But I feel like the women typically stay for sex, or, you know, that's typically the attachment that they rely on. What do you do with relocate? What is the starting point? And then we'll see what it goes to. So you've got flaunt, and then it relocates to what? Let's see. Yeah, commit. Now, this could also be like maybe you want a commitment instead of just sex. You know, either I feel like you leave with an ultimatum, like either you could be like, okay, well, if we're not in a relationship, then so I feel like that could be it. Or he may be worried that he has to commit to you with the lust energy. All right, yeah, commit and self-care. I feel like you leave. Oh, it's for Annie. Okay, so let her know that's the thing. He's worried that she's actually going to leave. That's what it is. She actually leaves. Okay. So let's see what the ultimate outcome is between the two of them. That's what it is. She leaves. I like Annie. Annie's my type of gal. You get up out of there when they doing something crazy. Okay, so let's see. What's the ultimate outcome between Alex and Annie? Let's see. This will be time-stamped also. Okay, we got Aries energy. I'm not sure if either one of them is an Aries. Let me put your ad name. Okay, so we got Aries energy, disrespect, and time. So this is the thing, right? I don't know if she's an Aries or not, but Aries rules the self, right? So when we get the self, if we have disrespect and time, I feel like he is going to go against certain boundaries or things that she has set in place for herself. I feel like it will be a situation where he doesn't maybe even have regard for her time, or regard for her boundaries. What might be a boundary that she wants to set here? Interesting. So she is detached. Okay. So I feel like that's what it is. She's able to kind of, like, if something goes too sour, she is able to be in a position where she's able to go take care of herself. Okay. Is your name Michelle? Who cash at me? Because that's why I put Michelle. Whoever cash at me, that's the name I put. All right. So she's detached. Okay. But this one I said Alex and Annie was the outcome for them. What is Annie detached from here? Yeah, lust. That's what it is. I feel like she's not digmatized. That's really what it is. She's not going to stay just for sex. I fucks with Annie. Tell Annie I like her. Like, she's not going to just stay for the sex. That was the first reading. So with the first question asking about what he feels, that's why he's worried, is that she can have sex with him, but she's not going to allow that to be the only thing. If he continues to disrespect her, sex is not enough to keep her from leaving and taking care of herself. So I feel like when I get detached from lust, it's not that, and it's not even on no, like she's going to go and have sex with other people or anything like that, because she had relocate to self-care. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading right. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have read something else. Okay, I'm tripping, but I got you. I got your Cash App. I hearted it. But yeah, I don't know where I was reading Michelle Mazel. That might have been somebody else. I was on the phone, child. But yeah, so that's what it is. You are detached from sex. You're not really like digmatized with it. You're not pressed over it. But I do see him ending up and disrespecting you later, or disrespecting you as a person, or certain like guidelines that you have for yourself. Let's see what time is. You may end up feeling like you're wasting time in the scenario. How will you feel about the time spent on this situation? Okay, you got solution, Aquarius, and professionalism. You may also feel like you're trying to commit. You may feel like you have a way to fix it. I feel like you cannot fix if somebody's disrespecting you or your boundaries, though. I feel like, too, the disrespect comes from you being detached from sex. He may look at that. He may be judgmental with that. It's kind of like, because a lot of men, they do, and this is not all men, but a lot of men do rely on like their sexual abilities to keep a woman. Like that is the belief system that women are emotionally attached to sex. So they'll automatically take it as a like an insult, or they'll automatically take it like you don't deserve respect if you're not constantly stigmatized by what they're doing. And I hope I'm explaining that in the right way, because it's like all they like sometimes that's all they have to like keep somebody attached, and if you're not attached by that, they do assume that you don't deserve, you know, the respect, right? No. Cephas, you're clearly new here. Just because I'm single does not mean that you're on my market. Okay, I make the decision in who I want to date. All right, Annie. Sorry I had that all mixed up. I was on the phone and I was doing too much. I'm so sorry. And I did not want to end the live because I saw that y'all were sending stuff. So y'all know I don't want nobody to get me with the scam allegations. I'm going to answer y'all questions. So I did not want to disappear on you. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your patience as well. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I got that mixed up. I don't know what I was reading with Michelle, but I saw your message. I don't know what I was looking at. All right. Sorry, whoever Michelle is, because I put her all up in somebody else's business. But I guess the reading still worked because I said your name. I did still say Annie and Alex. But yes, so that is your reading. What I would advise with that is, honestly, I don't like the energy of him being worried. So that's just for you to decide. Like it would be, if once a man is worried about you leaving, I don't know if that's really good energy for you to really deal with on that. Are you an Aries or is he an Aries? Because Aries came out. Okay, so that was your personal questions. Thank y'all for supporting y'all. Really quick, if you guys are asking any personal questions, the personal questions are the $5 questions, and we do them in between the zodiac signs. All right. So let me get my bearings together because we have literally only done Leo and Sagittarius. So this is going to be a very long video. We going to be on here for a while. If my Sages are still here, matter of fact, let me put a Sag part 2. I'm not going to do a whole nother reading for them. But I am going to explain what this is. Thank you, Yellow Ducky. So for the Sagittarius placements for part 2, the first part was about irony, right? So we had irony and timing and money inflow. One thing that I want to tell the Sag is, because in their reading, it was about the secret being revealed that somebody was a liar. I'm going to give you guys an example that occurred for me. So a couple of days ago, I ended up being in an accident. And I'm using this example because I'm a Sag. So I ended up being in a car accident, and it was the other driver's fault, right? And they couldn't get in touch with him. And I was like, oh, Lord, he's going to try to avoid it. And I knew he was going to try to lie. I knew he was going to try to lie his way out of it. So I was able to send like all my evidence, all my pictures. Okay. All my evidence, all my pictures, and like where I was located when it occurred. And so they called me today and they were saying like the claim went through. So they were going to be able to pay for my car. And then another thing that I want to point out too, that I saw in the reading, no problem. So another thing that I want to point out too, that I had read a couple of days ago when this occurred to me, Aquarius's advice was speak up. And in that reading, I was okay, they need to speak up on something because somebody's getting taken advantage of or something like that, right? So for me, when I got into the accident, I actually hurt my thumb and my wrist and my elbow. And at first I was like, well, we didn't call the cops. We didn't call the ambulance. I was like, they're not going to help me. You know, they're not going to help me get my, you know, my wrist fixed. But two of my Aquarius people, right? Both Aquariuses said the same. They were like, no, you need to go to urgent care. You need to make sure you're okay. Make sure nothing is sprained or hurt. And he needs to pay for that. He needs to pay and make sure that you're actually okay. And they were explaining like how like after an accident, you know, your pain can get worse, so on and so forth. But I was like, I don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to make it a big deal. They was like, no, you need to go. So I did, and the claim went through and it worked for me. So that was another part where, you know, the Aquarius reading made sense for me. So just wanted to throw that out there and explain that for my Sagittarius. I am going to timestamp that for them to come back and see it later. All right, so I'm going to estimate the timestamp because you know I've got to write it down. All right. Oh, no, they already did it. They already gave me the claim. Oh, you got a lawyer and got more? Yeah, I could, but, you know, I'm thankful that they made it go through anyway because I'm in Texas and I'm a black woman and the person who crashed into me was an old white man. So I'm glad that it went the way that it did. I would just take what I got. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. But yeah. So I give my car praise and all that stuff. All right, y'all. So we're going to do Cancer. We have Cancer, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio, and Libra. Okay. Flip Wilson said lose about 50 pounds. I'm only 114 pounds and I'm 5'1". If I lost 50 pounds, I would be dead. So that's not going to happen. All right, Cancers, y'all are up next. Let me get the timestamp for y'all. Let me get the timestamp. I hope everybody's still here. So real quick, the order. You are literally the first Capricorn, Claudia. So we're going to add you, and unfortunately, you are last today. But we have done Leo and Sag. We did 3 personal questions, and I did a little Sag part 2. We're about to do Cancer, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Aries is last. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's get started for the Cancers. No problem. All right, so what energy should my Cancers be in? Let's see. What energy should my Cancers be in here? Okay, controlling. All right, so you are in control of something here, Cancers. All right, what are you supposed to control, Cancers? Thank you. Have faith, Sagittarius, in time. Okay, I'm going to keep these just because this is literally Sagittarius's reading, like word for word, bar for bar. A Sagittarius may tell you something just in time. Sagittarius rules time. You have to, I feel like, have faith in the fact that something's going to happen right on time for you. I would also, with this combination, look where Sagittarius is in your chart. All right, because that may be an area where something works right on time for you, Cancers. Let's see. Let's look at a chart really quick. If you don't know your rising sign, Sagittarius would naturally fall in, let me see. Because it would be Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag. So Sagittarius would be in your 6th house. That is your health. That's health and your job, all right? Health and career. So something will work right on time for you when it comes to your health and your career. You may need the assistance of a Sagittarius. I do get Sagittarius and Cancer together a lot. I'm also getting with controlling, have faith. If you read your own tarot cards, I will pull cards every day before you go to work. Like pull a card and see what happens. And I'm only saying that because this is literally Sag energy. So Sagittarius rules your spirituality. All right, so spirituality, spiritual concepts. What else does this situation include? Like, what's the overall situation here? Okay, you got desire. What do you desire here, Cancers? Okay, you got dogmatic and then secret. Maybe you want to know the secret behind something. What's your current energy? Okay, you've got repetitive cycle. We're going to see what you're repeating. What do you keep repetitively doing, or what's a repetitive cycle for you? Okay, you've got disrespect. What are you going against, or what do you might not have respect for here? Interesting. Bravery. You got bravery, flaunt, laughter, and honesty. So it could be a Sagittarius energy. What do you want to do instead? You're not being brave. What are you doing instead? I guess, I don't know if you're worried. Okay, you got lust, Gemini, and rules. Okay, let's see. Let's get 8 cards here. So you got the Gemini, Sagittarius polarity. So this is the thing, right? The difference between Gemini and Sagittarius, they are opposites, but Sag is that spiritual element. Gemini is your logical mind. So I feel like there's something logically, like you're following certain logical rules, but that may not fit when it comes to something spiritual. And I always say, like, the reason I like spirituality is everybody has their own path and everybody has their own energies that they are supposed to tap into. So you may be following certain rules and regulations that may not apply to you. And that could be why you're getting the advice of the spiritual energy. All right, so let's get 8 cards here. Let's see. Okay, you got Justice, the 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the 5 of Wands. I'm getting a Libra energy. They are happy in a relationship. Somebody's happy when they are partnered up, but there is some sort of conflict with the 5 of Wands. Okay, 4 of Swords, the King of Pentacles. There's the Temperance. Interesting. And then the Strength. Okay, so you got Sagittarius, Leo energy. I would, first of all, with this reading, I would definitely look and see where this energy is in your birth chart. So I feel like there's a balance. There's an energy between Libra and Sagittarius. There's an energy there. I feel like what you need to focus on is the Sag energy for yourself, because that's more spiritual. Gemini and rules, that's more tied to Libra, right? This is air. So something may work out more for a Libra than it does for you, because that's the energy they're supposed to be in, right? So I'm also getting too, if you're thinking about something with karma, the way that you view karma will change. All right, like cause and effect is not always the way that we look at it. Like that's why a lot of people will wonder why bad people are in good places, or why good people end up in bad situations. Some things are just like cause and effect, okay, in a different manner. All right, so let's see. What is the Libra's energy here? And then we'll see what else. Yeah, see, obstacles, exactly. That's not where you're supposed to be headed, or because I see the 5 of Wands here. So that energy may not work that well for you as far as following an example. What might the obstacles be here? I don't know if there's obstacles for Libra that's involved in the situation, but what is the obstacles here? Okay, do it solo. Yeah, so a Libra rules relationships. I feel like this is what's coming out. I don't know if you have a Libra placement, if you're dealing with a Libra needs somebody to help them, or not needs it, but they work better in relationships. That's what they rule. They rule, and it's partnerships, diplomacy. So this could be in business, anything like that. They work better like that. That's why they have the 9 of Cups. But I feel like with the 5 of Wands being next to it, that can cause the obstacle. That may cause an obstacle for you. All right, I feel like, too, the obstacle for the Libra is if you want to do something solo. All right, so let's see what energy you would be doing best in, or what's suited best for you, Cancers. Okay, you've got to observe. What do you need to notice here? I feel like you need to notice that they have an obstacle with being able to do something alone, but they are a Libra. Yeah, that's the solution. You're going to see the solution here. Is to you may need to use something spiritual. Let's see, what else is the solution for you? So it's like, okay, a Sag, they rule spirituality. So I do cards, right? Or a Sag can maybe meditate or have patience, or something may work better for a Sagittarius when they travel, or a Sag may get along better with somebody of a foreign descent, right? Like that's what they rule. A Libra, they do well in business partnerships. Cancers, you guys rule like the home life. You rule like children. You may do really well working with children. You guys are you rule the emotional part, but we're going to clarify what else is the solution for you. But you rule the emotional part of us. You rule nostalgia, the past. So maybe that's something you would be well like working on doing. All right, but what else is the solution for you? So you are going to notice this. Honesty, Sagittarius. That's what Sag rules. So that's why this is here. Okay, what else do you need to be honest with yourself about, Cancers? I feel like that's what you need to observe. Like the Libra's obstacle is doing something alone. All right, so you need to be honest about a blockage. All right, you got Aquarius and encouraging manipulation. What is the blockage here? That's ironic. Okay, so that was the Sagittarius reading. We'll see the Sagittarius energy there. And Aquarius did encourage somebody to use all the tools at hand to do what they need to do. I'll say it like that. All right, what's the outcome here for you, Cancers? You're going to observe this, though, so pay attention to that. Okay, we've got triggered. There you go, Cancer. Ignore. What might trigger you? Something might trigger you. Worried and take action. Okay, don't rush into something. Don't rush into something or take action while you're worried, okay? Don't do that. What might you be worried about really quick? That could be somebody else. Like you're like, maybe you're with the Sagittarius, maybe you're like, why they don't have faith? Or why are they not patient? Or, you know, that could be what you're dealing with. But let's see. What might trigger you? Okay, yeah, there's the rushing, 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands. It could be the Sag, 2 of Wands. All right, but there's the High Priestess, the Page of Wands. Okay, so they're speaking from their intuition. They are speaking from their intuition here. What else is somebody's intuition telling them to do? So I feel like somebody switches up. They get worried and they switch up. So something goes from the 8 to the 10, right? So somebody's completing something, but then they go back to the 2 of Wands and their intuition kicks in. All right. Okay, we got Leo, golden opportunity, and partnership. Okay. All right, so I forget, what did I say for Leo? But intuitively, we know that a Leo is going to get a golden opportunity to work with somebody. I feel like a Leo would work well with a Libra. Is what I'm getting. All right, y'all. So that was Cancer. Let's see what else we got, child. I feel like that phone call had a lot going on. Okay, we're on Aquarius. I know I'd already been on here forever. So thank y'all for your patience. So we're doing Aquarius, and then we got Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. Okay. Okay, let's see. Look, it's a filter on there, but I guess TikTok look like it's a filter on that joke. All right, I don't like to use filters because I don't want nobody catching me in public, be like, "Oh, that's how you look." I want to look the same every time you see me. All right, let's see, Aquarius. What energy should my Aquariuses be in? What energy should my Aquariuses be in here? Okay, you got relocate. All right, now this doesn't have to be physically leaving, but if you're thinking about leaving or stopping something and going somewhere else, go ahead and do that. All right, if you need to leave, move on, go ahead and do that. That is just if you were thinking about that. But relocating can just be a change in pace, the way that you think, or changing your actions. All right, so we will clarify this. All right, so let's see. What is your starting point here, Aquarius? What's your starting point? Okay, you've got Leo, so you could be working with a Leo, or there could be some sort of ideology that you got from a Leo. And if you don't know a Leo, Leo energy is about ourselves, right? It's our pride, our ego. It's knowing ourselves, being sure of that, being kind of, and when I say stuck in who we are, that's because it's a fixed sign. We're settled in who we are as a person. We know what we want, things like that, all right? What do you need to relocate towards? Let's see. Y'all can also look and see where Leo is in your chart as well. Interesting. Okay, so you need to start ignoring something. Okay. So something must have been a really big deal before. Maybe it's a Leo. So something must have been a really big deal. Okay, what do you need to ignore here? So you need to start ignoring somebody. If you're talking to a Leo, I guess you should start ignoring them or something. All right, what do you need to ignore here? Yeah, flaunt. Okay, yeah, so attention. Maybe you're all, so that is what Leos rule. So I feel like you're giving somebody attention. Flaunt and money outflow. Somebody's talking about how much something costs. So somebody's showing off how much something costs here. Okay, what else is this situation at hand here? Yeah, so I guess start ignoring this person. They keep talking about how much they spent on something. Okay. All right, the situation here is a lust. What's your current energy here with the Leo energy? Maybe this is something somebody used to do. Maybe you learned that from them. Okay, yeah, community. You rule the community, Aquarius. So I feel like somebody just wants attention for what they've spent on something. Okay. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Yeah, somebody just, they're flaunting how much they spent on something. I wouldn't, maybe you picked up that habit or... All right, so we got the 7 of Cups. There's the Hermit. That's an energy of like isolation there. 2 of Pentacles, the Moon. Yeah, this is literally somebody is alone and then they want to present to people literally how much they spent or how much something costs or how much money they have currently. You know what, too? We're now in Virgo season, so the Sun and Mercury are both in Virgo, so this may shift differently for Leo energy. Like a Leo may have been able to do that or get attention for something. All right, we're going to continue. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. Like somebody wants to show literally how much they paid. Yeah, the 4 of Swords. I feel like if they showed somebody else, somebody did not notice or didn't care. All right, the King of Pentacles and then the 3 of Cups. I don't know if this is like a habit that you picked up on or if you're watching somebody do this. This is what they're explaining. Yeah, I would just ignore that. Okay, why else is this being shown off? Let's see. Thank y'all for the likes. Why else are they flaunting this? What's the end? So the overall energy is lust. So they could be showing this off because they want somebody to pay attention to them or they want like somebody that they're attracted to. What are they spending money on? Thank you. Okay, it looks like somebody's spending money to be included, or they're spending money on something that everybody else has. If there's something that you want to spend money on because you think like it's high end or something like that, it looks like it may not be worth it. It just depends on what this is. But I feel like somebody wants to spend money to be included. Yeah, I wouldn't. That's not a good idea. What's the outcome of like paying attention to this or actually doing this? Yeah, controlling rules and then dogmatic. So this is a mindset. It makes you think that you got to show off how much you spent on something. Like somebody's literally just buying something so that they can say they bought it. That's the type of energy this is. It's not even like somebody probably don't even like, like it's like you're going to buy an ugly bag because everybody got this ugly ass bag. It's like, okay. See, let's see what else. What is the point of this for the Leo energy? Okay, we got the Five of Cups. There could be some form of regret. What is their intended outcome by showing off what they spent? We're going to figure out what they regret. Yeah, the Sun card is ruled by Leo. So yeah, Leo. The Sun and the Leo. Maybe they want to appear to be more attractive, or they want somebody to be attracted to them, or they want to prove that this is what they want to prove. I don't know who they're showing off for. What might be the regret here with the Five of Cups? It's like they're showing off for someone. All right, they got the Seven of Wands, Four of Cups, Five of Swords. Yeah, somebody just wants attention. The Magician. That was literally, this is the only way somebody can get attention. What? Okay, what do they regret here? They got self-assured and rest. Okay, what do they wish they would have done? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's leading to, like, showing off, because I don't think it's... Yeah, obstacles and desires. That's what it is. They have a desire for whatever. I guess they got a desire for somebody. All right, yeah, that was pretty straightforward. So I would ignore that, or ignore that type of mindset. I don't, because I feel like in this case, it doesn't really lead to anything. It's just like, okay, like, it's like, yeah, I spent $2,000 on this t-shirt and it got holes in it or something. It's like, okay, that's an ugly shirt. It's like, why are you showing it off? Somebody may not even have, like, there could be something else that somebody should be spending money on, and they're showing off something else. Okay. That was Aquarius's reading. That could also be Aquarius. Leo can represent anybody that is opposite of you. All right. So we're doing Taurus next. Let's see. The kick and twitch people, y'all got to realize that I'm not new to streaming, okay? I'm just new on Kick. All right, Taurus. Let's see. We're up on Taurus. Thank y'all for liking and following and all that great stuff. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's see. Let's see. So we got Taurus. We're going to do Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn, Aries, y'all. All right, so what energy should my Tauruses be in today? What energy should the Tauruses be in here? Okay, blockage. Say no to something, Taurus. All right, so what are you going to block out or say no to? Interesting, a secret. So you're like, no, I'm not keeping a secret, or don't allow somebody to keep a secret from you. All right, either you're like, no, I'm not keeping that secret, or I'm not hiding that for you, or don't let somebody hide something from you. If there's, if you're trying to do something and you need all the information, make sure you get all the information. Do not proceed with something until you get all of it. What is supposed to be the secret here? What is somebody hiding? Oh, okay. Desires. Okay, maybe this is you. You're like, yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hide what I like. Or okay, what do we desire here? Yeah, I'm not gonna hide what I like, or I'm not gonna keep that to myself, or okay, that was the next card. We desire to say no, or we desire to hold back from something. Okay, you got danger, Taurus, conflict. What do you want to hold back from? It could be your desire to hold back from something dangerous. You're like, no, I would rather restrain myself. I would rather hold back. What do we want to restrain ourselves from? And we're going to see what this situation is. Okay, we've got contemplate and time. All right, so you're like, I don't want to waste too much time thinking about it. But I feel like for you, you know what you want to restrain yourself from. So there's no need to hide it. What is the situation at hand overall? You feel like hiding what you desire wastes your time. It's like if I'm just honest about what I want for myself or what I want with other people or in a situation, it just saves time. This can apply to really anything. All right, but what's the overall situation? Let's see. Okay, yeah, speak up. Yeah, speak up on it. That's what it is. I don't know if you want to keep it a secret or if it's somebody else, but you're like, yeah, just speak your mind. Why are you wasting time? Or just speak on it. Why are you hiding that or whatever? Because I feel like somebody just wants to hold back. They don't want to do something. Let's get 8 cards here for y'all. Got the Emperor, the Two of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. So somebody's getting up on their own path. They're sure of themselves. I feel like somebody's on their own path and they are going to present something to people confidently. All right, they are sure of what they want, their own desires. They know, somebody knows their own true selves. You could be dealing with an Aries. All right, maybe that's who you're telling. Like, you're like, yeah, just say it. There's a 7 of Pentacles, a 10 of Cups. All right, the Judgment, there's speak up. And then the 4 of Pentacles, judgment and speak up. Somebody's like, yeah, no. Somebody's like, yeah, no, I want to hold back. I don't really want to do that. No. Yeah. I feel like somebody may not want to say it because there's a lot of people around. Let's see. What else needs to be spoken about here? I see people hearing it, or it's like, no, it's okay for you to say it. Or all right, we got bravery, obstacles, and arrogant. Okay. We also got intuition, relocate, and do it solo. But then we got disrespect. So somebody does not like that. Somebody, in this case, I feel like whoever is speaking up, they intuitively know to do something by themselves. We have Aries energy, which is a strong sense of self. You have the King of Wands. I feel like, too, somebody is going to present something to the crowd on their own. It shouldn't be a secret. I feel like, too, like, say you do something, I don't know, out of the box. If you go out or whatever, you need to be like, yeah, I do blah, blah, blah. This is what I do for a living, or, yeah, this is what I experience. So there's no reason to keep something a secret. Why does somebody think it needs to be hidden? Okay, we've got lust, worried, and focus. Somebody could be worried about whether or not they're, well, first of all, with lust and desire coming out, this could be about what somebody actually desires from this for themselves, period. But I feel like with this combination, if somebody is attractive or something like that, they're worried about whether or not people are going to focus on their work or focus on what they're saying. Maybe they're only going to focus on how somebody looks. This on the bottom too, you're going to observe money outflow coming towards you, Taurus. So if you notice something that generates income for you, you may want to continue doing that. You're going to notice that. It could be an Aries. The Aries popped up again. But I feel like, yeah, you're going to notice where you generate income from. Continue to do that. That works for you. So I don't know if you don't want to be seen. It's large. I mean, there's a lot of people listening to you. Okay. So it just depends on what you do. All right, what's the outcome here for you, Taurus? Like I said before, you guys do rule the throat chakra. So if it's something you're speaking up on, go ahead and, I mean, I feel like people actually listen to it. What's the outcome for you, Tauruses? Yeah, solution. All right, sadness, perspective, and community. How do you view your community? Maybe you think people are judging you. I feel like yeah, how do you view community right now? Because it's like these people are happy to hear you speak, Taurus. So I don't know what you do or what you do for a living, but there are people that are happy to hear you talk about whatever this may be. But how do you view community? Okay, you got, yeah, take action. How would you do that if you kind of opened up your mindset here? Yeah, have faith. I feel like you're on a good path here. I don't see anything wrong with this. You have smooth sailing, compassion, and money inflow. So maybe you desire to help groups of people. There could be something that you do to help people. Maybe it's motivational speaking, but I feel like there's a desire that you want to hold. Like you're telling somebody like, no, I don't want to do that. It's more so what you're talking about, and that's beneficial. If we're talking about in a spiritual sense, maybe you know how they talk about the process of when you continuously say no to the things that you don't want and you end up manifesting the thing that you do. So I feel like for you, you need to be honest about what you don't want. I feel like that process may really help you. You kind of weed out opportunities that are not for you by doing that. I feel like you need to start saying no or holding back on something that you actually don't want to do. All right. Yeah, speak up on that. Okay. All right, so that was Taurus. We're going to do Virgo next. If you guys are watching on TikTok, I'm also up on YouTube. All right, if y'all want to check these decks out, they are in my store, so y'all want to check that out. Okay, Virgos, let's see. Okay, let's get, what energy should my Virgos be in? I pulled the Hermit a couple of times today. I don't know where. Let's see. All right, Virgos. Aries is last today, just to let you know. What energy should the Virgos be in here for themselves? Okay, have faith. All right, so if you're working on something and it's taking a long time, be patient with it, have faith. You are able to make it work, okay? So don't switch off a path of something that you've been building, working on, or working towards. That's what that card represents. Another thing that it can represent is if you have, if you need to do something spiritual for yourself, okay? Meditating, consulting your cards, or whatever divination tools you use. But meditate, think on something. Typically also when I get have faith, that kind of means when our intuition is not all the way there, we can use our cards, or we can use, other methods, or you can pay attention to your dreams depending on if you have those types of gifts, things like that. All right, so you have faith. What's your current energy in comparison to this, Virgos? Let's see. What is your current energy in comparison? Okay, you have lust. All right, so you say sex might be clouding your judgment. That's okay. That's life. All right, it depends. Sex is a part of life. So, all right, what else will have faith kind of do for you here? What kind of energy will have faith bring for you? Okay, it will block. It'll stop something. What will it stop? What will it block out? Okay, you've got Gemini and unexpected. Okay, so this combination, I feel like you need to read some cards. All right, something that you may not be prepared for. The cards are going to help you, or something spiritual will help you. It's almost like it's going to prepare for you to be, it's going to prepare you for something. Now, this is a person, maybe you need to stop a Gemini. What's the overall situation? We're going to see what might be unexpected here. What's the overall situation? Conflict. Okay. So I feel like the energies are conflicting right now. Maybe like, you know, sex may be clouding your judgment on something, or yes, like conflicting energies. Okay. Let's see with unexpected. What do you typically expect here? What's the norm for you, Virgos? And then we'll get the tarot for this too. Okay, so normally you already have the solution. Maybe sex is normally the solution. I don't know. Maybe a Gemini is normally the solution. What's going to occur that is unexpected possibly? Okay, restraint and partnership. Okay, so somebody might hold back from partnering up. It just depends on what this is. Conflict. Okay, so what's the conflicting energy really quick? All right, manipulation. Okay, so I feel like that's why you're being told to do something spiritual here, or like calm down and really think about what's going on. Yeah, manipulation versus intuition. Something's conflicting. Okay, let's get 8 cards. Let's see. Now, again, if it's a person, maybe it's a Gemini trying to convince you to do something. But it will stop something unexpected from occurring for you. But let's see. Okay, so you have the Hangman, 3 of Cups, 9 of Wands, the Chariot, Page of Wands, 9 of Cups, Page of Cups, 7 of Wands. Okay, yeah, something spiritual. The Hangman is spirituality. I feel like you need to wait and think and meditate. If you were to sit and think and meditate, you would not go through with something. You would be able to block something out. You do the significant signs here are Pisces and Cancer, and they are ruled by the moon, and that energy is very spiritual. Like Pisces is like our deep intuitive thoughts. It's very spiritual energy here. Where are you currently at with the lust energy? I feel like you will look at something differently. Okay, so you're coming out as the King of Pentacles in the lust energy. So you are looking at something in the material, right? So have faith is spiritual. That's like the unknown. That's things that we can't see or prove. What's the conflicting energy? Again, like I said before, if it's something positive that you're working on and it is working out for you, and you're building it up and you have it developed in your hand, do not give up on something like professional that you've been working on. All right, you're fine to stay there, but do not let somebody tell you, because blocking out Gemini and unexpected can also be the mindset of like, oh, well, you need a backup plan, and what if this happens? And it's like, no, I don't need to prepare for anything because this is already working out well. Let's see what else you can have faith in here really quick. On a positive note, what else can you have faith in for yourself, Virgos? Okay, you got to speak up. All right, danger and ironies. I feel like somebody already warned you about something. Something may be ironic about it. What were you warned against doing, Virgo? Flaunt, authority, and the bright side. You could have been on, you know, you might be like, yeah, I can do what I want with authority. You can. There's nothing wrong with that. You can always do what you want. I feel like you can have faith in the fact that whatever somebody warned you about is correct. Or what else might be the danger? Because we are pulling conflict and manipulation. What else might be the danger here? You've got community and fantasize. Interesting. I feel like something may not be realistic. This is, it's almost like with have faith, something is trustworthy. Somebody's word is trustworthy. I see the speak up part here with the Page of Wands, Page of Cups. What else can you have faith in here? It could have been a Cancer with the Chariot. Yeah, intuition and spirituality. You can even trust. So like the difference between have faith and your own intuition, right, is like, if you don't know how something's going to go, or you feel like your intuition is clouded, or, you know, you're so internally conflicted, like, damn, like, am I right? Am I wrong? That's where have faith comes in. That's where tarot cards come in. That's where, ooh, I had a dream about this. Let me write that down. That's where, let me consult so-and-so. Let me ask so-and-so because I don't know. That's the difference. So I feel like you need to sit and meditate on something. That is what the Hangman really represents, is meditation. All right. Okay, what else is the outcome here for you, Virgos? Right now, I just feel like overall lust could be clouding your judgment. You got dogmatic, status quo, and money inflow. Interesting. There could be some type of mindset with money inflow. Like I said, if this is about your career and you're, you know, on the path for something and you feel like it's different or it's weird to do that, you can continue doing what you need to do. You're fine. All right, Virgo, that was your reading. Gemini is next. And then after that, we got Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. If you're new here, I'm not typically on here this long for my YouTube folks. I had to take a phone call. So just to let you guys know, it typically isn't this long. If anybody has questions, guys, you might want to start doing them. It's the $5 Cash App, PayPal, or Super Chat questions. And I do the questions in between the zodiac signs. Let me see. I need a new tripod, y'all. I'm going to have to get a tripod. Let me get some water real quick. All right. Let me get some lip gloss. Capricorn is second to last today, and Libra is, we're going to do Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio, then Libra. And then Capricorn, and then Aries. All right. Gemini. What energy should my Geminis be in today? Let's see. What energy should my Geminis be in? Okay, partnership. All right, so partner up here with someone. All right, this can even be like, if you're like, no, I don't want a partnership. No, I don't want to work with somebody. It could be two things working well together. We're going to look at it in both ways. I'm going to ask, okay, well, who should you partner up with? And then if you're doing something by yourself, I'm going to ask what two things you are partnering with. Twin, you said, should you quit working for Google? If you got enough money saved up. Don't quit unless you got some money. All right, let's see. Who do you need to partner up with here, Geminis? No, I'm just kidding. If you really want to know, personal questions are $5, y'all. You do Cash App, PayPal, or the YouTube Super Chat. All right, who should you partner up with, Gemini? Okay, you've got incomplete. Okay, so you may need help with something. You may not be able to solve something. They may be able to see the missing pieces there, but let's see. So what's the first thing you should use? And we're going to see what you're going to partner it up with. Okay, you got arrogant. What should it be partnered up with? Let's see. I just finished the Virgo reading. You can start it back at 108. Okay, you got commit. Okay. I mean, if if you feel very, sure of yourself with arrogance, go ahead and commit to what you're working on. With incomplete, what might be missing here that you need to add to whatever you're trying to accomplish? Interesting. Status quo. There may be something. So what is everybody else doing? Something's kind of abnormal to everybody else. What is the status quo doing here? Unexpected. That came out in Gemini, unexpected, in the Virgo reading. Nobody else expects something? What does, okay, what, literally, normally nobody expects to see this coming, or normally something is completely unexpected. What's unexpected? Like that's the key. Other people are like, what? Or... Okay, we got bravery. All right, what's the overall scenario here? What is the situation? So yeah, if you're arrogant about something, commit to it. All right, so the overall situation is smooth sailing. What else is working out easily for you? I don't see anything about a blockage here, but what else is moving along smoothly? And then we'll get the tarot. Blockage. Oh, stopping a Sagittarius from looking at the bright side. So Sagittarius is your opposite energy. So something is not always positive, but that's what's supposed to happen. What? All right, let's get 8 cards. Let's see. So it's easy to make a Sag not see the bright side of something. It depends on what it is. All right, let's get 8 cards. Okay, so you got the Knight of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups. So if this is you're moving along a path and you're not emotionally attached to like something from your past. You're able to leave it behind because the new path is bringing something new for you. All right, we're going to still clarify. I feel like, too, you took your time to do this. You didn't rush and make this decision, or you didn't rush and leave something behind. All right, you got the Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. We talked about Sagittarius being on time. There's Virgo. We literally just talked about a Sag being on time. All right, there's the Virgo energy, and then the Fool. So something starts over. It's like wisdom going to not knowing something. What else is the Sagittarius's energy here? And then we'll see where you are, what this has to do with you. All right, well, they're the 6 of Wands. So something looks like it's successful here. Wow, that's a lot of major arcana too. Okay, okay, so they successfully completed something. Looks like it's in front of people. Okay, they were right. I feel like a Sag was right on time or right on schedule. And that's why it worked out. Okay. Where are you at in this reading, Gemini? You're the 8 of Wands. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles and then the High Priestess. Are you a Gemini Virgo? Is it like a Gemini watching with a Virgo rising or something like that? You're literally watching, like I know you're watching this reading, obviously, but yeah, the High Priestess, 9 of Cups, 3 of Cups, the Temperance, the Sun in the world, like a Sag figuring out some information. Knowledge is power. There's the information. So I'm gonna explain this to you, right? In Virgo's reading, we told them to have faith, right? Do something spiritual, meditate, calm down, maybe use cards, or maybe pay attention to their intuition. That stops your energy, Gemini. That blocks out Gemini. It blocked out Gemini and unexpected. Your reading is about normally everybody is falling into a space of something that's unexpected. But if we're using spirituality or something like that, or if we're planning for all of the outcomes, then it's not unexpected. We're prepared. Maybe also the norm is like people don't want to know. But it's like, at least if you use these tools, or if you use this information, you get this information, we know what to do with it, or we're actually successfully prepared. It's very interesting. Okay. Yeah, what else are you currently doing, Gemini, with the Eight of Wands? Okay, so you're ignoring something. What are you ignoring? Community. You're ignoring everybody? All right, what is the community of people telling you? It could be an Aquarius energy, or you're ignoring an entire group of people. All right, what is the community doing or trying to tell you? Sorry, it's a lot of shuffling. So Gemini, a bunch of people are telling you. Now we're going to see, maybe you don't believe it. Maybe you're like, no, I don't care. So I feel like everybody's telling you something is not going to work out. That's what everyone's telling you. So what's the issue? What is not going to work out here? What's unpromising? Self-assured. You got arrogance and commit, so I don't know if it's not going to work out or not. We'll see what the outcome is for you. Because we have intuition here. So what is the High Priestess? What's intuition telling us? Because sometimes people are wrong. You know, sometimes it is a group of people that are wrong. But what's intuition telling us here? Danger, yeah. I feel like something is wrong. We know something's wrong. I feel like people are warning you or telling you. This can be your own intuition, like you know something's off. You guys pulled this a few days, like you've been pulling that for a couple of days. In astrology, because that can be also like the have faith, knowledge is power, so on and so forth. Right now you have Uranus and Gemini. Uranus is unexpected things. It also has a square to Mercury in Virgo. Mercury just entered Virgo too, so the planets Mercury and Mars can sometimes be accidents. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. But I feel like with this, if intuition is warning us, we already kind of know something is off. So what are you warned against doing here, Geminis? You're warned against speaking up. And then you have time. So don't say something at the wrong time. What do you want to say? What do you want to talk about? Something may not be worth it for you to talk about. Yeah, you got obstacles. Something may not be worth it for you to talk about here. It just depends on what, I don't know if you, I wouldn't complain about something that's difficult. It just depends on where you're trying, who are you trying to say this to? Because I feel like a whole group of people is telling you not to do this. Who do you want to share this with or say this to? Everybody's like, I don't think you should do that, Gemini. It might not be worth it. So you may want to say something to an Aries, possibly. You know what, too, that I was looking at? I was seeing somebody talk about, this is just an example. I don't know what you guys want to speak up on, but it looks like people are telling you not to do it. This is not the right time for you to say this, or like something's not the right time for you to speak up on something. I was watching a TikTok and somebody was talking about how when like black celebrities reach a certain level of money or status, they expect like them to pick everybody else up with them or like start these communities, things like that. But we have seen historically that that is dangerous for black people to do. It just is. It's just, and this is just an example. It's kind of like, is that like, is it worth being a martyr? Is it worth speaking on something? It just depends. If there's anything court wise, I don't know if this might incriminate you. Let's see what you want to do with speak up. I just want to kind of see how that looks. Okay, so you have the Empress. You want to, but you want to talk about obstacles. What do you want to discuss here with obstacles? Yeah, you want to talk about something being difficult, literally, but you're in the Empress. For some reason, I feel like you shouldn't talk about this. Like maybe you want to share something online. Like I wouldn't, that's just me. I don't typically like the content where people are talking about like certain obstacles that they're going through. It just depends. Like once you went through the obstacle, maybe share it as like a motivational story. That's completely different. But like don't get online crying and like I feel like that's not something you should do. Or why shouldn't you do this? Why shouldn't you talk about this? I feel like you... Okay, focus and perspective. Is something actually hard for you? This could be an outlook. All right, don't go... I wouldn't complain about something that... Was it actually difficult? So Gemini, this is what I would do with this situation, right? Because you have incomplete. You got partnership and incomplete. I would look at your situation from a broader perspective and really see if it's really like, what did you do to cause it? Maybe. I'm not, because I haven't even pulled your energy yet. I haven't pulled Gemini at all. Make sure you didn't play a part in something. Or make sure you did not cause something. Or make sure, because if you're coming out as the Empress, how difficult is it? A little bit. I'm not saying like everybody goes through difficulty, so I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the way this may look to people, I don't think it's a great idea. Yeah. All right, we're going to leave it there. I feel like people have already told you this. I do have an example that comes to mind, but I can't give that person's... I can't put that person's business out there, but I do. I am thinking about that. I'll give you another example. I remember this one time, this girl, she started like a GoFundMe saying that she had some unknown illness, and then later on she was pregnant. And it's like, okay, you needed money because you were pregnant. Like, it was... So, like, I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, Gemini, but I feel like something you want to speak up on is not... I don't know if it's really worth it to complain about at this moment. All right, Pisces, just depends. I'm not, it just depends. Okay, Pisces, y'all are up next. We got Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn, and Aries left. Thank y'all for tuning in, by the way. All right, so what's the energy surrounding the Pisces? What energy should you be in, Pisces? Okay, you got emotional attachment. All right, so you should care. What should you be emotionally attached to? Or you should at least take note of what you're emotionally attached to. What should you be emotionally attached to? What should you care about here? Okay, you've got flaunt. Let's get one more. And then laughter. You got Pisces and then repetitive cycle. What is the repetitive cycle for you, Pisces? Okay, you got Sagittarius blocking bravery. Okay, don't, if this is, you're watching readings, don't be scared of stuff. I'm a Sag. don't let readings scare you. I don't know if I ever give Pisces bad readings though. What do you want the bravery to do, Pisces? And we're going to see what the overall situation is. Okay, you want the bravery to be self-assured. So without maybe like external validation. So you should, that's why you have, this is the difference, right? Self-assured is when you're doing it on your own. Nobody else is around. Nobody else told you you're doing a good job. You're confident in it. You're like, yeah, this is dope, right? Like when I was making my cards, I didn't ask anybody, hey, what do you think of this? I did the whole deck and then I showed like my sister, whatever. But I did for like mistakes and typos. But I wasn't like, oh, what you think of this on every single card, right? I was self-assured that the deck was going to work out. Flaunting is like, okay, I want to show everybody. So I feel like that's why you have emotionally attached to it. So I feel like if you are going to show something, just care about what you're showing. Make it like I mean, another example, like when I care about how this looks when I show people, I care about how this looks when I use it or when I'm selling it, or, so I feel like that's why you have emotional attachment. So what is your current energy here in comparison to emotional attachment? We know we have a detached card, but it could be something different too. Okay, you have danger. Maybe you're worried. What are you, okay, what's wrong? What are you worried about? Like, what's going on? What are you warned against? You got lust, have faith, and commit. All right, let's see. We're going to break yours down a little differently. What are you currently doing with danger? Because I feel like you need to, okay, so if you're doing something dangerous and your advice is emotional attachment, you need to care about that. You need to, what do you need to be emotionally attached to is flaunt. In this case, you, like if you're already self-assured, then you're going to be brave enough to show something off. If you want the bravery to be self-assured, it's hard for me to put two and two together because it's kind of like, when you're self-assured, you don't care to show something off, right? When I did my hair yesterday, I wasn't worried about how my hair looked. I liked how it looked. So I can get on camera with my hair looking like this. Does that make sense? It's like I'm okay when I'm by myself or I am self-assured. So boom, I can present it to other people. But it goes hand in hand because I care about what I'm showing to other people. So like when I'm making a deck, right, I'm like, yeah, I want to make my own tarot deck to do my own readings. Boom. I'm self-assured that I can do it. Now it's like, okay, well, when I go on live and I do readings for other people, the pictures need to be clear. They need to make sense. The definitions need to make sense. So that would be sharing it with other people. But first, like it goes hand in hand. And I hope I'm making that connection clear. So we're going to see what your energy is with danger really quick. So I feel like you need to care more. What are you doing in danger here? And then we're going to clarify what the emotional attachment is. Okay, so you got the 9 of Cups. You're happy or I don't know, are you indulging in something? Are you drinking something? You're happy. You're laughing. Maybe you don't care about something, okay, and that's why you're able to laugh at it. What would you be in emotional attachment? Maybe, I feel like too, maybe you're getting too content with something. Like maybe you're becoming a little stagnant or you're too content and you don't want to, I don't know if you don't want to grow or something like that. But let's see, what are you doing what will you need to do in emotional attachment? The 5 of Pentacles. That's what I'm saying. This doesn't... Because right now it's like you're here and you're okay and you're not thinking about the outcome of something. what might lead to the Five of Pentacles? Because the Five of Pentacles typically is like a loss, or you could be emotional. It's like if your advice is emotional attachment, you're so detached from a scenario that you're happy in a bad energy, or you're comfortable in a bad energy. Like, you're okay. I'm not saying that this is the case, but it would be like you're okay with living in squalor, or like you're okay with being in a bad situation. I feel like you would actually care more. Let's see, what else should you be emotionally attached to? Like, you would care more about where you are, or what you're doing, or the scenario at hand. You get the Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Three of Pentacles. I feel like you need to be more attached to, also to your money, your finances. I feel like too, you need more information on something. Like, it's time for you to get more info. Let's see, what else are you comfortable with in the Nine of Cups? Okay, I don't know if you're with a Gemini. Disrespect, yeah, ground yourself. You could be comfortable in a neighborhood. Maybe it's time for you to go do other things. What's the Sagittarius energy here? Don't also, before I even continue, do not fall into like a spiritual psychosis where you feel like you need readings. Like, I know people watch me every day, but I do, if you ever feel like you can't operate without watching or reading or getting a reading, try your best to, and it's not to say that you shouldn't use it, but try your best to have a good balance. I just want to point that out there, because I don't ever want my readings to make anybody afraid of doing something, or like afraid of like using their own free will, or using their own, you know, their own resources. What's a repetitive cycle for you with the Sag energy? Okay, you got the Eight of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Knight of Wands, that's Sag energy. There's the High Priestess. So the intuition's correct. Okay. So what is, it could be a Sag intuitively telling you something. And I'm only clarifying that again because of the Knight of Wands energy. What does a Sag intuitively know here? Okay, we've got Libra energy and be different. Maybe you need to be different than a Libra. Maybe you need to, because I'm not, okay, let's see, what else would you be doing that's the best for you in a Pisces energy? There's Taurus with the Hierophant too. Okay. Yeah, see, dogmatic, there's a mindset. Maybe you think everybody should be doing the same thing. What's the outcome of the danger or whatever you're currently doing? What is the outcome here? Because I don't want that to be scary, but it's like, yeah, it's like you're trying to look at the positive side of something. What do you feel like is the positive side here? Okay, you got honesty. That could be Sagittarius. I mean, I don't, or maybe you're with somebody and you're like, well, they're being honest, or what might be the negative to the danger part? You got restraint and focus. Yeah, what should you be focusing on for yourself, Pisces? What else should you focus on here? Okay, you got community, Aquarius. Okay, so I don't know if you have an Aquarius with you. If you have an Aquarius child, focus on your Aquarius child. This can be your neighborhood. This could be about you building your own community. This can be focusing on co-workers, networking. But let's keep in mind what you should be. This is the emotional attachment. Maybe you don't care about where you're living. That's a big deal. You need to pay more attention to that. if you have like definitely, if these are your children or something like that, I would definitely pay more attention to your children. Maybe even like your friendships. There could be an Aquarius that gave you advice as well. Like whatever that Aquarius told you to contemplate about or think about, I would do that if you know one. If it's not one person, it can be an entire group of people that advised you to do something, or they told you to think about something. All right. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for the Pisces. We're going to do Scorpio next. Hi there on Twitch. Somebody asked, why am I shining? Am I the only person that uses shea butter and like coconut oil? Like, why did that be so shocking? Y'all need to put some lotion on. Okay, I like to be moisturized. Thank you very much. I don't want dry, peeling skin, and I don't want wrinkles. So I like to be moisturized. Y'all need to put on some lotion. Okay? Put on some lotion. All right, we're doing Scorpio next. That's all they be asking. Why are you shining? Why are you greasy? Because I put on lotion. All right, Scorpios. All right, let's see. What energy should my Scorpios be in today? Okay, lust. All right, so when we get lust, these are the things that we desire, things that are attractive to us. If this is you, be attractive or make something attractive, all right? You can apply this to anything, guys. If you are like, well, I don't, I'm not having sex or whatever, that's perfectly fine. Say you are going for a job interview. Make sure your suit looks good. Make sure your hair is done. Say you're trying to do a side hustle. Make sure your website is alluring, it's attractive. Whatever you're doing or creating, make sure it looks good. That's what lust means if you're not, being a sex kitten. Okay. What's your current energy in comparison to lust? Thank you, USK. What else is your current energy in comparison to lust here? Okay, you got to do it solo. All right. So, I feel like if you're working on something or building something up, just make sure it looks good. Oh, see, this is why I pulled the extra cards, because you also have liar, desire, and status quo. Do what you desire. Do what you desire, Scorpio. Or if you're doing something, you're trying to make it look a certain way, don't make it look like everybody else's. Make sure it stands out. It's attractive. It has different colors, things like that. All right, what else is the situation here? Let's see. What else is the situation here? No, J-Step. I do not like cream pies. I don't even have sex. So, and I'm not getting pregnant again. So, no, I don't. All right. What is the situation at hand here, Scorpios? Okay, you're worried. What are we worried about? Maybe you're worried about being, dressed in a certain way, looking a certain way. Maybe you're worried about whether or not something's going to work out. To make something work out, it needs to look attractive, okay? It needs to be alluring. All right, what are we worried about here? Oh, intuition. You're worried if somebody knows something. Okay. Maybe you're worried about whether your intuition is correct. But, all right, what does intuition know here? Let's see. You're welcome, J-Step. I know you need attention, honey. It's nothing new. Men could live off of attention if they needed to. They could go without food for a week if a woman was giving them attention. All right, what is your intuition telling you, or what does intuition know here? Okay, there you go, Scorpio, and flaunt. So intuitively, we know that you're showing something off, or somebody knows something about you, Scorpio. That's what you're worried about. Okay. What does somebody intuitively know about you, Scorpio? Let's see. Did we do? Oh, we did do Aquarius. What does somebody intuitively know about you, Scorpio? Smooth sailing, compassion, controlling, and community. Maybe people have compassion for you. I feel like too, if somebody has a Leo placement, we know that you're flaunting something that you spent money on. Why are you scared that somebody intuitively knows something? Why are you afraid of that? What do you think they're going to do? Oh, warn somebody else? Maybe thinks they're going to warn somebody. Who do you think they're going to warn? Or maybe you think they won't trust you? I don't know, chat. Let's see. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe you're worried your own intuition is right. What do you think they're going to warn people of? Or what do they think they won't trust? Yeah, detached. I saw compassion. Maybe somebody's going to be like, yeah, that Scorpio does not care. Okay, I don't know. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Let's see. I mean, I don't know why you're worried. What does that have to do? I don't know. I feel like, I mean, because this is the thing. If you're worried that somebody's intuition knows you're detached and you're able to get compassion, that's why something works out, then, I mean, it just depends. But, all right, so you have the Queen of Cups, the Hermit, the Ten of Pentacles. There's the group of people. The Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Magician, and then the Ten of Wands. All right. So you got 10, 10, 10 out. You got people. It's like you're going from one community to the next. You could be dealing with a Virgo. Looks like you could have successfully created something to be difficult. I mean, why are you worried though? What does that have to do? Where are you at currently with worry, or where are you currently at? I don't know what the worry is. So you're the Nine of Cups, just like the Pisces. All right, so you're happy. You got a new opportunity. You received it. I mean, there's the intuition. So you might be the person in the Pisces reading or something like that. I mean, you're already happy. So what energy do you need to be in? The lust energy? You need to make something look attractive. Oh, the Seven of Swords. So okay. So maybe something's not working. Yeah, I mean, a Sagittarius already knows that. Somebody already knows something. It's obvious. I don't think, you know what's interesting? I didn't even pull intuition. That's the interesting part. This isn't intuition, it's obvious. Something is, we can see it. So it's like, it's not even intuition. We notice it or we can see it. All right, what are people able to see here? I don't know we'll see what the Seven of Swords is. Yeah, secret. We can see your secret. We know it. You rule secrets. I mean, something's not a secret though. Okay, so if this is what's supposed to be hidden, I'll keep it hidden for the purpose of the reading. But what's supposed to be a secret, it's not. Yeah, we know that. I already know that. Somebody already knows that. Why is it supposed to be a secret? I guess you owe a Sagittarius money. There's a Scorpio that owes a Sagittarius money, or I mean, I don't know. I don't know why that's a secret. Why is it a secret? You're like, oh, they know my secret. I got it, but we already know that. So I feel like something you do this already. You already do this, or Because here it is right here. You got knowledge is power. Something is deeper than just, it's not intuition. Somebody has more information with it. All right. How did somebody find this out, or how is it? It's like it's visible. And I'm going to hold those cards out again. Yeah, it looks like an opportunity is unpromising. Literally, Aries, be different, relocate, contemplate. I mean, it's right here. So I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't know if somebody cares or not. I don't think they care enough to warn somebody, or I don't think they, it's right there. We can see it. But again, if you're working on something, make it attractive, or yeah, I don't, well, who's worried? Is it you or is it somebody else? Rules, restraint, and Pisces. I don't know if you have something. I don't know if you are connected to a Pisces. You don't want that Pisces to know this or something. They already know. Well, I don't know. They saw it in the reading. Who's worried here? Something is visible though. You're caught. It's on camera. All right, you got the Tower, the Four of Swords, the Hangman. I'm assuming it's a Pisces. I'm assuming that's the sign that's coming out. All right, well, yeah, make something look attractive, Scorpios. All right, what's the outcome here for you? Oh, I see too. You could be worried about whether or not you can show something off. It needs to be attractive first. It needs to look, people need to want it. All right, what's the outcome for you? All right, you got speak up, bright side, and an authority. All right, yeah. If you don't make something look good, or if you don't take the time to make it look good, it'll look like a shortcut with the Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Like, people will notice that you didn't, they may feel like you didn't put time and effort into something. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't want them to know the secret. I don't want them to know I got money for this. I don't know. I don't think they care. Unless you owe them some money. Some stuff don't be worth it though, I guess, to worry about. I mean, a Scorpio is always going to get money from people. That's what they rule. They rule merging of resources, and they rule secrets. So there's a Scorpio around, they're always going to receive money, or like if you partner up with them, they know how to use other people to get money. That's just that's their energy, and it's not. I'm not. That's what they rule. I mean, you know, I used this example before, but Diddy is like the poster child for a Scorpio. He is like, if you want to know like the basic, most like generic definition, that's Diddy. Like, he always partnered up with somebody else and got the money. That's what it rules. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying all Scorpios do it in that manner or do it the same way. I'm just saying that if that is the way that they have to receive the money, if that's how that method is, if that is the method that they need to take, it will work for them. That's their energy. All right, so we got Libra, Capricorn, and Aries left. We're going to take a little intermission. Y'all know I've been on here for a whole long time. If anybody has personal questions, this would be your time to do your $5 Cash App, PayPal, or Super Chat questions. Send it to me. I will be right back. All right, we're back. Thank y'all for being patient with me today. It's a long video today. All right, Libra is up next. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, Libras. Hi, you can either do the Cash App, PayPal, or if you watch me on YouTube, you can do the YouTube Super Chat if you have that saved up, set up. My Cash App is the same as my username. It is EeshUrHeartOut. If you don't see my username, you just go to my page and you'll see it there. And then you just can ask your question in there. It's easier to do the $5 questions on my YouTube. I'm not going to lie, because all the information is in the description box. All right, so let's see, Libras. What energy should you be in, Libras? Thank you. Okay, you should take action, Libra. So when I get this card, if you've been coming up with any ideas or anything like that, go ahead and start researching them. Look into it. Don't just kind of sit around and wait for something. Okay, so if you're waiting and you're trying to be patient, I would not do that. Take action towards something. What's the situation overall? Okay, incomplete. Okay, so something is missing. You need to look further. If you try to submit documentation, if you're trying to get a job, if you're trying to whatever, trying to create something, something is missing. I would look over it again. If you're thinking about like, well, why is something not manifesting for me? The issue is you need to take action and actually do something, but we'll see what else. What else might be missing from this scenario or what you're trying to accomplish here other than taking action? Okay, we've got blockage and partnership. Okay, that came out in Cancer's reading. We talked about the obstacles for Libra was do it solo. Okay, so somebody's blocking out partnering up, or you may need to block out partnering up, even though that is easy for you to do. Like, that's easier for you. What other action do you need to take here? Maybe somebody doesn't want to partner with you. It just depends. What other action do you need to take here, Libra? Okay, you got, what should you ignore while taking action? What do you need to ignore here? Interesting, lust. Now, Scorpio's advice was lust, so you may need to ignore a Scorpio. I feel like at this point right now, you need to ignore something dealing with like sex altogether. This would not be a good time to focus on sex here. Okay. If I were to sum this up, I feel like the part that is missing from you achieving some sort of goal is because you keep having sexual relationships, because what's missing is blocking out partnership. So you need to ignore that and focus on something. So let's see what else are you currently doing in comparison? Let's see. What else are you currently doing in comparison here? Okay, you got Leo, so you could be with a Leo. Leo and money outflow. I said that, so, okay, let me tie all of these together, all right? So in the Aquarius reading, we told Aquarius to ignore a Leo spending a lot of money so that they can show something off. All right, so I don't know if you're with a Leo. Let me see, what's that? Oh, okay. I don't know, was that the same person? It is, okay. Ooh, that just reminded, I'll say it later. Okay, so you're with a Leo spending money, or you may have a Leo placement. If you have a Leo placement and you're spending money, that may not be the best bet. Okay, that's cool. Ooh. Oopsies. I did mean to tell y'all too, that if you buy 2 items from the store, you actually get a free digital item. So, but yeah. All right, so anywho, I'm going to answer your question after this, okay? I'm going to put your name. Is it Shaheen? I hope I'm saying it right. Let me put your question. And you can type your question here and I got you. But yes, viewers, if you buy 2 items, you get a free digital download. All right, anywho, I meant to say that I just started that sale today. I'll make a separate video. But what you're currently doing is you're spending money with a Leo, or you have the mindset that you need to spend money to get something or to show something off here, because that came out in the Aquarius reading. All right, so let's see what else we're going to clarify that. Let's see what you're currently doing with the Leo and the money outflow. Let's see. Yeah, okay, the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so something may be too expensive even though you're spending money on it. So you're spending money on something that's too expensive here. Thank you. Do you have a question? Because I think you can type it in there too. Okay, I got you. All right, so in the 5 of Pentacles, you're spending too much money. Something is too expensive or you're losing money. You're with that Leo. Yeah, somebody's using money to like maybe try to romance somebody. You're kind of okay. Or get somebody to do something. Okay, yeah, type your question. I got you and I'm going to get you, Empress. Let me write you here. Okay. What action should you take here, Libras? So something could be costing you too much money. Yeah, the King of Wands. This is the thing, right? We talked about what's missing. Blockage and partnership. Somebody is costing you money. This person is costing you money. If you're partnered up with a Leo, they're wasting the money. You might need to actually like literally stand up to somebody. Yeah, you need literally, this is so specific. You need to take action and get your money out of this partnership or whatever this is. So I don't know if your money is tied with somebody. I don't know if you're legally married. Whatever this is, I would like take your money out. Maybe it's an investment. Maybe you have some money in stocks. You might want to sell the stocks or something before they drop, or you might want to like sell I don't know, the coins before they drop. I'm also getting to this Leo is spending money but not giving it to you or something like that. Yeah, it's something sexual. Okay, let's see what else you need to ignore here with lust. Yeah, you need to be a little celibate here. I feel like too, you may want to spend, in your case, something is different for you because you may want to spend money on something that looks good, but it's not helpful. So something appears to be helpful, but it's not good. It's good looking, it's attractive, it's alluring, but it's not helping you. And what else is missing from this with blockage and partnership? Yeah, I feel like you're not standing up for yourself or something like that. There you go, Justice and the 5 of Swords. You got 5-5. Yeah, you need to look into your finances. Pay attention to where your money is going. Okay, that's pretty straightforward for the Libras. Hi, y'all. If you, Joe, if you want to do a question during a live, when people catch me through live, you can do the $5 Cash App, PayPal, or Super Chat questions. All right, so either method. I'm actually about to do 2 questions now. If you have more than 1 question, you want to do a full reading, those are $33, and they are in my store. You just book it through the store. Also, I did mean to tell people really quick, I did mean to tell people that you do get a free digital download if you buy 2 items. If you join as a member for $5.99 on YouTube, you get a monthly question. All right, and those are private, so that's in email. All right, so I want to throw that out there for y'all. Okay, so let's see. So for Shaheen, you want to know, hopefully I'm saying that right. All right, so you want to know if you should break up with him. Okay, ooh, that it said ground yourself. We'll see if anything like that comes back out. All right, so I'm going to ask you like this. What energy should you be in with the person you're currently dating? What should your action be, or what energy should you be in here? You got laughter. Okay, so are you happy right now? That would be my question. Are you actually enjoying something with him? Are you actually enjoying the situation? Are you actually happy? Let's see. What is his intentions with you? I'm going to clarify it. What is his intentions currently with you? Okay, do it solo flipped out. So I don't feel like he has any intentions on sticking around for a long time. What does he want to do solo? So that is his outcome. Damn. Okay, yeah, I hate to say that, but lust. So that's something sexual. Or like he may want to have sex and it just be like a single, like a situationship. What would actually make you happy here with laughter? Okay, unexpected money outflow in Scorpio. Do you have to pay a Scorpio for something? I don't know. Are you a Scorpio? What's your sign? It's something is like an unexpected loss on an investment or time. So I don't know if you gave him money. I don't know if you invested in something with him, but he does have plans to do something by himself. He does not plan to partner up. All right, so I want to put that out there. I personally would separate. This may end up being something that you don't expect to pay for. Okay. All right, so you're in Aries and he's a Capricorn. Okay, so what's interesting is Capricorn energy would do it solo for the last couple of days has been coming out for them. So if there's anything that has anything to do with any businesses that he's trying to do, he's definitely trying to do that solo, okay, like by himself. So I do want you to keep that in mind. If your energy is laughter with him and you're having fun, leave it at fun. But I do see some sort of unexpected costs. All right, let me see what might cause the money outflow. Also, make sure that you are also focused on your goals independently while he's focused on his goals, okay? Do not... Just know that he's building something up for himself, okay? Keep that in mind. All right, what might be the unexpected cost here? I don't know if you unexpectedly have to pay for something. Okay, you got to observe an emotional attachment. So keep it fun. Keep it lighthearted. That's what I would get from that. Why do you think you need to break up with him? Why are you asking? Like, what's the root of you asking that? Let's see. You've got relocate and professionalism. If you want to do something for your career, you need to do that. This Capricorn plans on finishing his career solo, okay? That is what his intentions are. So and also what I mean by that is like he's not going to make any decisions for his career on his own. I mean, he's not going to make any decisions for his career with you in mind. If you want to relocate or literally change your profession or change your job, I would do that. Maybe you're worried about the type of relationship you guys have. I would leave something fun. If you're having fun or if you're enjoying it, I would let it continue to be fun here. All right, you do have Leo, Aries, and Gemini energy. So I know you said you're in Aries. Let's see what else. What's the current state between the two of you? Because you have relocate and professionalism. Oh, you got golden opportunity. What do you have the opportunity to do? Okay, you've got community, sadness, authority, and envy. You got Pisces energy. But I don't know if you get to surround yourself with community as far as him networking and things like that. But just keep in mind, like, his career, he is building that up. So that kept coming out multiple times. If there's anything that you want to do for your own career, just continue to do that. Keep the two separate. All right. I mean, it looks like you're enjoying the time there. I don't see, you don't need to break up. It just depends on, like, if it interferes with your career, then yes. But if not, you're fine. I would also keep in mind the narrative that he does want to do something alone when it comes to his career. All right. So if you're happy, you know, don't, it's all good unless something's conflicting career-wise. All right, so let's see. Now I'm going to do Empress's question. You know I forgot to timestamp it. I'm going to just put it at 170 and then 177. Okay, so what should you be focusing on right now? You said your neighbor is a Leo or has a Leo or they be shopping. It look like they better stop. You're welcome. I hope that was clear for you. They better stop shopping. All right, let's see. All right, what should you be focused on right now, Empress? What's the most important thing for you to focus on right now? Ooh. Okay, you got lust. Now, I always give this with a grain of salt. That does not mean that you should, like, we know it's not just focusing on sex, but focusing on things that you desire, things that you can control for yourself, that you enjoy. But also this can be focusing on yourself. Maybe you want to focus on your own appearance. If there's any ideas that you have, always do equate this to making sure something looks appealing or looks alluring, okay? Let's see what else. So don't, you don't, you got to know other meanings to the card. So I'm never going to tell somebody just focus on sex. But what are you currently doing in comparison to lust here? We're going to see what the overall situation is. Okay, you got Sagittarius. I know you're a Sag. All right, you got Leo and then relocate. Let me get one more and then blockage. Okay. What do you want to, let's see. So you're currently you're yourself. I always like that energy. Don't revert backwards. I don't know if you have any Leo placements. Do not revert backwards. What might be blocked out? Okay, you got helpful and time. All right, you might also, Sagittarius came out as time today or had that energy. Don't miss out on an opportunity. Make everything look attractive or good right now because you're in your own energy. But I don't want you to, don't change something that you're doing. Because it's like you want to relocate. When we get relocate, that means we want to change what we're doing. Or switch up our mindset or switch up our actions. You're still already coming out as yourself. All right, so don't feel like, because this could be a thing like, oh, do I need to dress differently or do I need to act differently or something like that? No. I like when I pull people's zodiac signs for themselves. Let's see. What else is the overall situation for yourself with this? So focus on your desires. All right, so you got rest, ignore. Yeah, and then irony. Make sure, again, focus on what you're desiring. If you desire like a side hustle, if you desire a business, let's see what else you desire with lust. Do not take a break. All right, don't take a break right now. Put your energy into what you're focused on. What else do you desire with lust here? Okay, you've got control. What do you want to have control over? Okay, you've got Taurus energy. Disrespect. Okay, so in an encouragement, you got money inflow. All right, so I feel like you want, I don't know where you work at, but if you have a situation where you're like, I don't want somebody to control my money anymore, that could be what you're thinking about. I would focus on like one thing that you can do to control your own money is like investments, right? I would learn how to do investments. That could be options, stocks, whatever. I would learn how to do that with any extra like money that you have on the side. Like if you have anything after you paid your bills, go ahead and put that into like an investment account. But of course, study it and look into that. I would feel like that's the most control you can have over income. If you have if you have a dream or a goal about a side hustle, I would get that up and running now. Because I feel like overall it looks like you're like, well, I don't want to have to deal with disrespect in order to receive money or, things like that. One thing that I've told people too, y'all know I've been talking about like I was learning day trading and things like that. For me, the easiest thing for me to do was options. And then I would look into, and this is not financial advice. Y'all not going to get me. It's not financial advice. But what I did, I learned about rejection blocks and volume. All right, so rejection blocks and volume when it comes to stock movement and price movement. So I would look into that. I would look into options. There's a lot to learn with options, but I would look into that. All right, if you want to learn how to more so have control over your own income. It looks like you kind of want like maybe fuck you money a little bit. Like if somebody disrespecting you, you're able to like kind of go off onto your own. So I would focus on that. And yeah, when you said that you slept in late, like a thing like that is if you have a certain goal or desire, make sure that you're on it, and I like a good sleep in, but if you got a goal, sometimes you got to use your time wisely. That could be why time came out there too. All right, guys, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. No problem. Thank y'all for supporting as well. Thank you for everybody asking for personal readings. You said your goal was rest. Yeah, I would definitely use like whatever extra income you may have, put that in like a little account that you do not touch. All right, Capricorns. And then we have Aries. So we're almost done, guys. If you have personal questions, definitely get them in now because after Aries, I am going to get off of here. All right, so let's see. So what energy should you be in, Capricorns, for yourself? Okay, lust. All right. I think are you the one that said you got Venus in Capricorn? All right, so lust. Do the things that you desire, make it attractive. I literally just explained the card. Sagittarius was at 18 minutes, and then there's a part 2 at 74 minutes. But I'm a timestamp. But the first one's at 18 minutes. I ended up getting a phone call, so I had to cut it short. All right, but lust, do the things that you desire. What might you desire here, Capricorns? Or again, make sure something looks good. Okay, you've got honesty and be different. All right. So I feel like this is pretty straightforward. What do people typically do here in your scenario? If this is about a relationship, date who you are attracted to. Okay, so, people normally spend money? In your position, people normally spend money. Okay, what do they normally spend money on? All right, so remember what you desire. Remember what you're trying to do. I'm also getting, if you have to make something look good, it's not expensive to make it look good. All right, you're going to find a way to, you may have like a natural thing that you can do. Like you already know how to do your own hair, nails, makeup, whatever. People normally spend money. Okay, what do people normally spend money on? Disrespect came out. What do people normally spend money on here? And you're not doing that? On a Scorpio. And an Aquarius. Okay. So if we're talking about like people, literally, normally people will give a Scorpio, Aquarius money or give that Scorpio money. Or people normally invest in somebody else's perspective, or like they get somebody else to do something for them. Like say Say with lust, right, you need to make a website look good. People in your position normally pay somebody else to do that. Yeah, I feel like two people normally spend money to get other people to look at them. Some other people normally have to spend money to like make something look good, but for some reason you don't have to. What else are you going to do with lust? So you don't have to spend a lot of money to make something look appealing, or you don't have to invest in that. Yeah, you got smooth sailing. Something's easier for you. It could also be your appearance. I feel like the appearance of something makes it easy. It's smooth sailing. I feel like you don't need to invest in anything. If you're wondering, do I need to pay for, I don't know, this extra feature? Do I need to pay so-and-so to do this? Do I need to pay so-and-so to complete this for me? No, you don't have to do that. Something's already working out for you. All right, let's get 8 cards. Let's see. Okay, you got the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. There's a Temperance energy, the Seven of Wands, the Judgment, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, a lot of aces, and then the Queen of Swords. All right, so literally I see other people spending money, but you're able to do it yourself. I'm going to show you the difference. So normally people have to put money into it. You're doing the opposite. All right, so something's going the opposite way. Literally, what do you desire is honesty. Sagittarius energy rules honesty. I don't know what you may have to, maybe that's the person that you have to go to is a Sagittarius, or you want somebody that works with you that is honest. Normally, people pay somebody who's keeping secrets with Scorpio energy. All right, normally we pay somebody to keep a secret, or we pay somebody that keeps secrets or something. You're like, no, I want something to be honest, or I want something to be straightforward. Let me go to this other individual. Okay, let's see. Where else are you currently? What's your current energy, Capricorns? Okay, you got the Five of Cups. So something, what do you feel like you regret here? So do not, maybe you had a money loss. Maybe you tried to do what other people did. Maybe you tried this investment. Maybe you tried to spend money on something. Do not do that again is what I'm getting. What might you regret doing, Capricorn? Excuse me. Okay, so a plan that didn't, either a plan did not work, or you feel like somebody took advantage of you or took something from you. I feel like you're mad that somebody took something from you. All right, it could have to do with that, Scorpio, but I feel like you're mad about that. Let's see. What do you regret that occurred here? You're mad that somebody lied or stole something. Flaunt, fantasize, and self-assured. Now, this could also be something that you tried to do, something that you intended on working and it didn't work. What was missing from the plan? Okay, self-care. Maybe you were too compassionate. You had compassion for somebody. Oh, yeah, okay. You had compassion for somebody here. All right. So what are you going to do in lust here? What does that look like for you? So it's okay. The Five of Cups traditionally represents something where we still have 2 cups left over. All right. So she still has the ability to do something else in the background. All right. What's going to be your energy with lust here? We got the Six of Pentacles came out, and we are talking about money spending. So let's see. What else is going to be lust here for you? You are going to be able to do something that you desire. Looks like it's easy. Now you are, yeah. There's self-care. All right, no. I'm also getting to make something look attractive. Don't, I wouldn't wallow in pity. Even if you don't feel good, get up and make yourself look good. All right. I see you being able to give something to a Taurus. All right, but you're going to be good. You're going to be comfortable. I feel like till you get to start over on something, you're going to be able to look at all the details. I feel like now you have more information. Okay. All right, what's the outcome for my Capricorn placements? And then we're going to do Aries last but not least. Okay, Virgo and repetitive cycle. All right, well, we are in Virgo energy, so I don't know if you're that deep into astrology that you can remember what happened last Virgo season or something. I don't know. What else is a repetitive cycle here? Okay, there you go. There you go, speaking up. You got to restrain and ground yourself. Okay, what do you normally speak up on here, Capricorns? So you're good. Yeah, indulgence in community. Okay, so I feel like maybe you're like, yeah, it's easy for you. Like, put yourself out there. Go around other people. Because it's almost like other people kind of pay for something, but you're like, no, the benefit is for me to go around people. That's like, I get to network. You get other opportunities. So you may see the value. It's like more of who you know than what you know. All right, Aries, last but not least, for the Aries folks. I appreciate all the support today. Thank you so much, guys. And if these cards resonate with you, make sure y'all get your decks. You can join as a member to get 2 decks. You can also join as a member for $5.99 to get monthly questions. Oh my gosh, I look so weird without earrings. Okay. I always got earrings on. All right, Aries. Let's see. Let's see what the Aries got here. All right, what energy should you be in for yourself, Aries? Oh, what energy should you be in for yourself, Aries? Okay, rules. Either you need to set rules, or if there's rules involved in something, make sure you're following all the instructions. Make sure that you're looking at all the rules and the regulations involved in a scenario. All right, so what is the overall situation? Okay, we've got compassion. All right, so we know that either you want somebody to have compassion for you or you have compassion for somebody else. Either way, do not let compassion get in the way of following rules and regulations, okay? It just depends on what this is. So what's the rule here? What's the rules? What's the boundaries? Okay, the rules is there's obstacles. Okay, maybe you're like, well, everybody has to go through that, or something's not going to be easy. What is the obstacle in this case? Okay, to commit. Somebody has to be consistent. All right, they got to actually commit to something. What outcome is somebody trying to get? So I feel like these are the rules. Like, I feel like there could even be literally a contract involved. All right, there's like a contract, something legal here. So it's like, no, I feel like there's also an ultimatum. What else is what are we trying to accomplish here? So somebody cannot give up on something, or something needs to be written in stone. You need to make sure something is written in stone too, no matter if you have compassion for somebody. But what are we trying to achieve here? Oh, lust. Okay, maybe if it's about sex, look, you got to commit to me to have sex. Or if it's not that, if it's about like a product and somebody's not dating, I feel like if somebody's trying to make something attractive, it has to be, what do I want to, like, something can't be all over the place, right? So I'm going to read this in a couple of ways. If this is a relationship, you're going to give somebody an ultimatum. If you want, you have to commit to me and then we'll have sex, or whatever a commitment looks like for you, whatever type of relationship dynamic that is for you, then that's what you'll do or whatever. If this has anything to do with like a business and making something look attractive, or if this has anything to do with getting a job and making something look good, somebody has to be professional, or they have to sign some sort of legal paperwork first. Okay, why else is this an obstacle? Or if somebody wants something that they desire, they have to just commit. All right, we got honesty, money outflow, and then perspective and flaunt. So it looks like somebody spending money is changing a perspective on something, but I feel like there still needs to be rules involved. Excuse me. Let's see. What's your current energy outside of rules here, Aries? And then we'll get the tarot cards. Okay, so you got observed. So I feel like you noticed this. Okay, so what do you notice? First of all, what or who are you observing? Yeah, you're observing either your partnership or another person's partnership. So you need to set rules. All right. It's like, nah, you got to commit to this, or maybe you need to teach somebody this. Maybe you're teaching a child this, your daughter. What else do you notice about the partnership? I feel like too, something just needs to be written in stone. All right, so you see the bright side. The bright side to doing it solo or somebody able to do it solo. So yeah, I feel like you're kind of like, no, I want something to be, you know, written in stone or, all right. Let's see. Empress, that's so funny. I just like picture my voice like, that's funny as shit. All right, let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Okay, there's the Ace of Wands. There's the lust part. There's the Judgment, 5 of Cups. We talked about the Capricorn needing to make something attractive, literally. All right, so I feel like the obstacle, because this was their current energy. They came out as the 5 of Cups. They need something to look attractive. They may have missed something. They may have missed a detail. But if this is them wanting to work on something and do it solo or work on something and build it up, they have to make it look good. All right, we got the 5 of Cups. Yeah, the King of Cups. There's the Capricorn. If you're wondering, that's literally the cards I pulled for Capricorn. I know the personal reading, she said she was an Aries and he was a Capricorn or something like that. But if you're wondering, it is because they went through something where they allowed somebody to take advantage, or they had a strategy that did not work out before. So what they're going to do now, that's the compassion. That's the compassion. So if you are dealing with a Capricorn, because I'm only saying this because this is the specific cards they had, or if you're dealing with somebody else and you're wondering like, damn, like, why is there so many rules and regulations? This is why. They did something out of compassion before. They're not doing that again. You have to follow their rules. This is why they put these rules in place. All right. I feel like the obstacle to maybe committing in a partnership, or the obstacle for something to be paired up, is what this person actually desires here. All right, so we got the 9 of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. There's a Temperance again. So we talked about them wanting honesty or wanting truth. We also talked about somebody wanting to spend money on a scenario so they can get the truth or like an honest opinion. All right, let's see what else. Let me see, what else are you currently doing with observe? And we're going to see what you notice here. Okay, yeah, you're watching. So you could either be looking at something from the outside, looking in literally. All right, or you're watching how something ended up. How did something end? What was like the final stage? You're watching this person. Okay, what did this person end up ignoring? They were ignoring something. That could be how something ended. All right, somebody ignored a Virgo because they were worried that something was out of their hands, or they ignored an opportunity because they were worried that they could not control something. This is how something ended, and you're observing that. What do you notice when you're watching this? Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. You notice how something works out here. Okay. You notice that something occurs right on time or right on schedule. What else is destined to occur with the Wheel of Fortune here? You're like, oh, that's... okay. Envy. Oh, was Sagittarius. Oh, what? You're going to notice why somebody envies a Sagittarius. Ah, self-care. I don't know if the Sag is also the self-care here. This is why. Who envies a Sagittarius? You're watching this from the outside looking in. Disrespect. That's why you have rules here. Maybe somebody's disrespecting a Sagittarius around you or something like that because they envy that person. What? Okay, what's the Sag doing that people envy? Or a person? Oh, they're self-assured. They're confident. All right, what are they self-assured about? They trust themselves, or they're confident, or they don't need anybody else's opinion. So somebody is jealous of a Sagittarius. That's what you're going to realize. I don't know if you have those placements. I don't know. You may have a Sag placement and you may be able to do something alone. Somebody may envy you, but it's like somebody's able to do something by themselves. What is this person self-assured about? Fantasize, Gemini, Cancer, and focus. Maybe they come up with an idea and they focus on that. They come up with an idea and they actually see it through. I feel like, too, somebody can manage their emotions. Okay, well, that... maybe you're like, hey, you got to stop disrespecting that person, or you got to stop disrespecting me. I'm confident. So that's what you're going to notice. All right. Interesting. All right, y'all. Yes, I did do Gemini. I've been on here for a very, very long time, y'all, and your girl is hungry, and I got to answer some emails. I care about y'all a lot, but I gotta go. If you're watching me on TikTok, I'm about to timestamp this, so just give me like a few minutes. I'll be able to timestamp it, and it will be saved. We did all the signs. There's a couple of personal questions. Anybody that asks personal questions, I will put in a timestamp for y'all. Thank you. Yes, I gotta get some food. I did eat before, but I just didn't plan on, I had a lot going on today. Gemini is at 118 minutes. You gotta do the math on that. I'll do the math for you in a second when I put it in a timestamp. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. Also, again, the sale is going on. If you buy 2 products, you get a free digital download. If you join as a YouTube member, you get the monthly question. If you do the higher tier for $30, you get the 2 Oracle and the Tarot decks. And yes, free shipping on 75 and up. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'll be back tomorrow, and y'all have a good one.